So guys, we're live, guys. We're live. We're live, guys. We're live. Like the vid, guys. Smack the like button, guys. Smash the like button, guys. Guys, we're live. We're live. We're live, guys. Welcome to the Sunday Hangout, guys. Where we're gonna talk about Real Madrid, winning the UCL for the 14th time in a row. I also kind of bringing a Madrid fan who's gonna be coming to the show soon. We're gonna be talking about Sadio Mane leaving, Mohamed Salah. We're gonna be talking about Ousmane Dembele too, possibly coming to Chelsea Football Club. We'll discuss that too. Like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, guys, like the vid. Make sure you smack the like button, guys. If you have not seen the notification is there on the TL. Just make sure you like the vid, smash the like button, guys. I beg, we are on the road to 5K subscriber, guys. Support us, smash the like button. If you haven't smashed, if you have a wife, send the wife your link. If you have a girlfriend, smash the like button. If you have anybody you have side chick, anybody, smash the like button, guys. I beg, support us. Let's go, guys. So, my people, how are you now? I hope you guys are doing fine. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Make sure you support us on social media on the Blue Studio, guys. On YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, account on Facebook, guys. We live everywhere. So even on Twitch also too. We live there, guys. And also we're on Spotify too. People who listen to Spotify, they were there, the Blue Studio. So please, I beg, support us. So we're gonna be talking about Madrid winning the UCL for the 14th times in a row. So we're gonna be we do some kind of some permutation and combination because some of the fans I think have the chance to have their say yesterday. People in the panel, so I was trying to kind of do like a stream for them today, so they'll be able to have their say and everything. Also, we're gonna be talking about Salah, Mane, Ousmane Dembele, and I'm hearing Yobisuma of Brighton of Albion. Chelsea will go for Yobisuma this summer. We will talk about Bisuma. And we'll probably go for Declan Rice next season, in which I'm not comfortable with, but that's a big topic I don't want to talk about. But we'll surely have a discussion about that too. I'm so sad Chumeni is going to Real Madrid, but the Madrid are there, the biggest club in world football. So he's gonna go there to play, and under Ancelotti is gonna improve massively. So we're gonna have a serious conversation. But it's gonna be a longer summer, so I'm ready for the summer. As long as we get the deals off the line, we'll be fine. Please, I beg, support and smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. And people who doesn't see the notification, I don't know what's going on with YouTube that doesn't send notification to you guys, but I'm always making sure I'm setting out notification for people to see just in case they want to join. So, Fisio, let's talk about Mohamed Salah.
Okay.
Uh, what has been happening this year recently has been after the African Cup of Nations, Salah hasn't been the Salah we know. He's been below par. He hasn't shown more about like, oh, this is Salah we know. Is the occasion too much for Salah? Because Salah himself said, I wanted to play Madrid. I wanted Madrid. And people was like, if you want Madrid, you gotta back it up with your word. Show the world how good you are if you really, really want Madrid. So is Salah being cocky and being like arrogant of him facing Madrid, or after the Africa Cup of Nations, the Salah we all know, we haven't seen the Salah we know. So what has been going on with Mohamed Salah? Give me your take on Salah.
Well, there are two things basically. Number one, the statements he made leading to the final were not wise. Yes, it's good to be confident. You might make those boasts with your friends, But saying this publicly, we're not wise, especially for someone who does not really have a track record of showing up in finals. You've played 10 finals before that. You don't have a non-penalty goal in 10 previous finals, and you are making a boast before a final against Madrid that you are going to show up and all that. That is very risky. It's not wise. So so that's that. But talk about his form after the Cup of
African
Nations.
Cup of Nations.
The fact is that Salah set a very high standard in the first half of the season. If you looked at his goal scoring record from February to May, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think only Son, I think probably Son and maybe I'm not sure, Bowen outscored him between February and May. So it's not bad in isolation. But compared to the standard they set between August and December, he went down. So he's just a victim of his standards. He dropped, but still, his goal scoring record between February and May was not bad. Then finals, he doesn't have a good track record, and he made it worse by boasting. She would have just stayed away from the spotlight, and nobody would. The attention will not be as much. He doesn't have a good track record in finals, and he still failed again. If he had failed again without the comments he made, the attention will not be as much. But because he boasted ahead of the final, he was going to prove his worth and all that. So he got
Do we
the
call it
attention.
overconfidence from Salah, or he's been too arrogant in terms of because
I wouldn't call it arrogance or overconfidence. I would just say it was unwise. He should have just kept his intention to himself. We can't doubt that he wanted to prove himself. He must have fired on himself, trained hard, focused on that match, imagined himself scoring and all that. So it was his intention. It was also, but saying it publicly, it was more of being unwise than arrogance. I mean, he's not the first player in the world that we speak ahead about what they intended to do. Even Vinicius said he wanted to score against Chelsea. I'm not even sure he scored in those 2 legs.
No, he didn't.
So he made a boast before the match that he wants to score against Chelsea. So it's not wise for players to make all this kind of talks before match. But when you do it and you now go back and make mouth, it's better. So it was. I won't call it arrogance or confidence. I'll just say it was just unwise to make those comments publicly.
So because we'll talk about him later. Sadio Mane is leaving. Liverpool. But do you think Liverpool, the priority for them is for them to either renew Mane's contract or renew Salah's contract? Because the appreciation Mane is not getting the appreciation Salah is getting in Liverpool. So they are a little bit biased in terms of appreciating more of Mane rather than appreciating more of Salah. So what do you think in terms of that? So because Liverpool fans the pedestal they give Salah is not the way they give it to Mane. Is with no.
The issue is that Liverpool are working on the tightrope.
Yeah, I
the
think
only
so.
reason why they feel Mane is indispensable now is because they have this belief that Luis Diaz is good enough. That is the only reason. If there is no Luis Diaz, Mane will not be indispensable. You notice that in the last 2 months, he has moved Mane from the left wing to
the
center
striker
forward, which is not Mane's preferred position. That alone is enough for him to be discontent, to want to leave. That alone, laying out of position, players don't like it. So I feel Liverpool working the tightrope. Salah for them for now is still indispensable. So they'll do what they can. I think Salah will get what he wants because they can't just afford to let him go yet. So he's still scoring at a ridiculous rate. You can't just replace 20 goal a season player.
Yeah, I
just
know.
like that.
But
that's for Salah. But Mane, I feel Liverpool make a big mistake if they let him go, unless Luis Diaz continues his form next season and is able to fill Mane's shoes. Because if they let him go and the Luis Diaz they are banking on does not turn up next season, they will lose both ways. So they should not. So I feel they should be wise. They should give Mane that the money wants. They should not just let him go until they are
because
sure.
Liverpool because the reason I said that is because of Liverpool wages. They are working with the highest paid player in that team is Virgil van Dijk, which is 250, I believe 250 something. So the closer player to them is Salah, which is getting 200. Mane is getting
You
100. So Mane
the,
wants
the
to leave
football
because he's not getting paid enough.
see the football world has changed. The likes of Barcelona, PSG, maybe Man U, they've set the bar high for
Hmm.
wages. If no club in the world is paying any player in the world more than 300,000, at
Hmm.
least no players will not be looking at that. But when the situation went back, we have several players getting paid over 500,000
Yep.
in Barcelona alone. We have Man U players getting paid up to 500. We have them in PSG. So
Hmm.
these players know that it's possible to get this kind of money. They know. So and Liverpool, they are living in the past. They should not spoil what Klopp has worked for because of their inability to let me say adapt to the current trend. Let me liken this situation to Arsenal. You see Arsenal when the world said breaking transfer record and all that. Even though Arsenal
Hmm.
were rich, one of the richest clubs in the world, they refused to follow that trend. And soon the team that was winning league, getting to Champions League final,
Hmm.
began to struggle because when the world was going to pay 40 million, 50 million, Arsenal were still getting players for 20, 30 million.
Hmm.
And now that Arsenal are beginning to pay 70 million for players, the world has
Hmm.
moved to 100, 150.
Yeah.
So you see, Arsenal they are still behind. They are still
Hmm.
much behind. That is the issue of transfers now. Now Liverpool, they are at risk of let me say getting behind in the issue of wages. If because
Hmm.
of wages, Mane goes and Luis Diaz doesn't step up next season, they might be in trouble next
Yeah.
season. So
And
they
Klopp
have to
even
beg.
signed a new 2 years deal, and that's a big risk now because now Klopp signed a new 2 years deal. You gotta find a replacement for Mane because Salah.
You
See,
have to.
if Salah doesn't renew his contract, or maybe he wants to want it down on the next season, now you're in risk of losing him, losing two players. Now you have to replace the two players. How do you replace them in the team?
That's the issue. That's what I'm trying to say. They are at risk of getting left behind. Even
Because
Chelsea, yes.
my issue with that is when I look at Salah. Salah, for me, people put him on the pedestal of the best in the world. I don't put him in the best in the world because he still needs to do more for me to have that discussion of him best in the world. But Salah is a good player. I'm not disputing that he isn't good. He isn't a good player. I'm not disputing that. But the level in which Liverpool fans put Mohamed Salah, I don't put him there because if you're a good player, I expect you to show up in the final. I expect you
Well,
to show up in the final. And if you don't show up for me, you don't deserve to call the best in the world for me. You don't deserve it for me to be
no,
called the best in the world.
you actually can't blame Liverpool fans. It's what you have. Is what you have that you magnify. That's it. I mean, if for example Chelsea had the players supplying 20 goals per season, even if the player doesn't turn up in the final, we wipe him. So we can't, we can't blame Liverpool fans for that. His rival
Mhm.
fans that will start picking out the his let me say his weaknesses that he doesn't turn up in finals and all
Mhm.
that. For
Mhm.
example, Lukaku, Lukaku is not a big yeah, he doesn't
We'll
have
talk about
the
him. I saw the report and I'm
uh,
laughing.
uh,
He's changed his agent.
so
He's changed his agent to a
uh,
new agent.
uh, so
He wants to move
I
back to
actually
Inter Milan.
I don't blame Liverpool fans if they see him as the best player in the world and all that.
Mhm.
They see him as the Ronaldo and all that. I don't blame them. It's normal. He supplies 20 goals per season plus. So how else will they do?
Yeah, because my issue with that is when people talk about Mo Salah this, Mo Salah that, I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying, but you guys have to just relax a little bit on Salah. I know how good of a player he is, and ever since he came to Liverpool and that club, it's because Salah played in Brazil, Florentina, and in Roma. It wasn't as good as he is right now under this team and manager. It was good, but it wasn't up to this level. On that club now, is elevated this game up to the level of okay, we know how good of this player is in terms of Mohamed Salah. We know how good he is. So now he needs to elevate his game up and show the world that okay, I'm this kind of player where people can rely on in terms of okay, um, maybe like making a better decision making in terms of okay, this is when I need to do this, I need to do this, and this is when I need to do this. So my problem with Salah is when you talk, you gotta back it up because the only player for me that believe when he talks he's gonna back it up is Cristiano Ronaldo. When he talks, you know, on the pitch, you know you're in trouble when Ronaldo talk because he has a mentality of a winner in himself and he back himself any day, anytime. And when he talks, I'm gonna give him a yes. When Ronaldo talk, I better be very, very careful. And I'm even worried because I know when he talks, he's on fire. But Salah, when you talk, you gotta back it up because I watched the match yesterday. In the first half, you were nowhere to be found. I could not find you in the first half. But in the second half, you turn up in the second half. And Thibaut Courtois was like, no, 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 that shall not pass against me. You're going nowhere. So sometimes when the player talk, they have to know that there's a consequences in the talk you talk. You gotta back it up with what? If not, you're gonna be in trouble. You have to back it up. So because my problem with it is it's not been backing up his word when he talks. So it just kind of talk and talk and talk and talk, but no no hand product. So that's my issue with it. And I look at Liverpool now. Before Liverpool needs to see they need to buy wisely and they need to replace wisely. If not, Klopp will be lacking behind. Because now all Liverpool are claiming is we have a successful season. We won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Are you kidding me right now? But you lost the Premier League title and the UEFA Champions League, but you have a very good season. Like wow, that's seriously okay. Next season is upon us because the excuse Klopp is giving is when a goalkeeper is the man of the match, there's a problem. I'm not like in 2009, didn't Alisson Becker the man of the match in the against Tottenham Hotspur in the UCL final 2019 when they won it? Alisson Becker was the goalkeeper, was the best goalkeeper there. So why is he complaining now? Because Klopp is fond of this, always fun with this, making stupid comparison and assumption because of this, because of that, because of this. If you are losing, just take your hell. We didn't play well today. We deserve to lose. We'll move on. Don't be a sore loser and just be giving out gibberish excuse. It pisses me off. I don't like that. When you lose, come out and say it. Yeah, we didn't play enough, well enough. We didn't create much. So I accept our lose. We'll be back stronger next season. Period. Move on. It's simple. Don't come and telling me the pitch is not good enough, the grass is not good enough, blah blah blah. That pisses me off. I don't like that. No, you're coming with a corny excuse which doesn't make any sense for me. I don't like that. I don't feel good about that. I don't like that, man. I don't. So Tom, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Really. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Give me your take on Mohamed Salah.
What about him, like? What about him?
The report I hearing is I think he's gonna stay on till next season. Probably renew his contract or probably run his contract down to next season. But Liverpool's gonna allow say LDO to leave this summer. So my issue with it is I think for me the appreciation Salah is getting in Liverpool, Mane is not getting that much of an appreciation because for me it's been their far better player after the African Cup of Nations in January. It's been their best player. The Salah the whole put their faith on has been abysmal. I'd been thinking of the place.
Mm.
So I don't know why Liverpool are prioritizing all their money and everything on Salah. And because you bought Diaz now, you want to let go of money. That's a big risk to take as a big club. You gotta be smart enough and intelligent to make that decision. If not, you're gonna be lacking behind a lot.
Mm.
Your take on that?
I understand the point of view with Salah. I mean, at the end of the day, you can say for what it is. You know, with Liverpool, he is a Liverpool legend. He will be in Liverpool fans' hearts whether he stays on long term or decides to call it a day. Same, probably similar thing with Mane. You know, I think a lot of those players who were part of that title-winning team will go down in Liverpool history as the team that finally brought that Premier League trophy home at the end of the day, and both of them have been a part of that. I think with Salah, there's more of a vindication behind it just because of how essential he is to that team in terms of scoring goals, and especially this season as well with the assists as well, where he's gone for both of the awards, the Golden Boot and the Golden Assister. Golden Creator Awards, which you've got both of them this season as well, which he joined for top scorer with Heung-min Son. But I mean, with Salah, I don't know what's happened with him since the African Cup of Nations final. I really don't. I don't know if it's got into his head. There's all this about negotiations are going well, then they've broke down and stuff about if he's staying or leaving. He said that he's going to
No, he
stay for
confirmed.
next.
He said he's gonna run out this contract until next season.
Yeah, well, he's going to stay until next season at least, and then they're going to be negotiating into next season. But we've got to wait and see how they actually go and everything. But even with, I mean, Mane as well.
Mane confirmed he's leaving already.
I know about that already.
We'll talk about him.
They've got good backup players in those areas now, Jota and Diaz and stuff. So I wouldn't really worry too much about losing one of them. But you can't lose both of them.
I'm hearing the feedback. Is it from you?
Yeah, I'm hearing feedback as well.
Is it from you?
No, hang on.
I think is it from you?
How about now?
Yeah, we can feedback.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on then. Anyway, no, but with I just don't think you can lose both of them. To be honest, I think you can afford to lose one of them. And listen, you might be able to get a replacement in the summer or something. You never know what deals can be done and everything. But I would look at primarily to extend one of the contracts. And if Mane's already made his mind up, then I think he's already made Salah's mind up really, or Liverpool's mind up really, of who they should extend the contract for. And I think even regardless of performance-wise and stuff at the moment, I think just off of merit and what he's really done, to be honest with you, for that football club, I think he does deserve the high wages at the end of the day. And if he doesn't get it from Liverpool, you already know he's going to go somewhere else and somebody else is going to pay the wages that he wants anyway. So at the end of the day, it's either pay up and shut him up for the next couple of years and make sure that he probably plays his final games at that football club before retirement and stuff like that, or you've got to move him on and go for the next generation, really, at the end of the day. But no, in terms of in terms of like stats and stuff, I'm not a stat merchant or anything like that, but statistically, I think he's probably one of the best players in the world right now. Up there along with, you like see your Benzemas and stuff, but at the end of the day, your eyes don't lie when you're watching the football field, and you can tell when a player's low on confidence or he's just not feeling it. And I think this season there's been a lot of pressure on it because of the quadruple of his team, what happened with Egypt, with the AFCON, contract negotiations, like I've said, and now the end of the season, where they didn't bring either one of the big two trophies home to complete either the European or the domestic treble. I think it does play an effect on these players, to be honest. And Mane's made his mind up. He's won everything that he can win with Liverpool, and deciding probably moving on is the best thing for him. And listen, with Salah, at the end of the day, we've got to see how things pan out over the summer. Could sign a new contract in the next week, whatever, you don't know. But
yeah,
I think if he leaves Liverpool, I think it would be a big. I think it would be a big. I don't necessarily think a blow for the supporters or anything like that, because you can always buy a replacement. But I think in terms of the morale and stuff, the name Mohamed Salah has some weight to it now. Whereas it might not have done a couple of years ago, but listen, he's one of the best players on his day at the end of the day, and I probably wouldn't want anybody else, really, even speaking from a Man United point of view, probably to be on the right wing at the moment. You might fight a case for somebody like a front three of Vinny Jr., Benzema, and Salah. I mean. If you're doing combined 11s, I don't think that's really that bad, to be honest. Or maybe slide Mbappe in there ahead of one of the other players that I've just mentioned. But at the end of the day, I think if we're going off of merit and stuff, listen, give him the money that he wants for the new contract and get him signed up. It was either him or Mane, and listen, I think it's kind of forced Liverpool's hand now to give him that new contract.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes, How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Give me your take on Mohamed Salah.
I pretty much disagree with I'm not everything that Tom said. I agree with majority of stuff, but I generally believe the way Liverpool conduct their football club, I think what's generally going to happen is Salah is going to see out his contract and leave for free next summer.
Mm-hmm.
That just seems like because at the end of the day, it's all about if it's all about money, Salah will earn more money if he goes for free than if he does sign a contract. That's just the reality of it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking about Alaba and Real Madrid going from Bayern Munich to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich having a similar wage kind of like structure to like Liverpool. It just seems like Liverpool, Bayern Munich, they don't bend their wage structure for Lewandowski and Serge Gnabry and Alaba, and I don't think Liverpool are gonna do that for Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just think that I get the point Tom saying that like um that because Sadio Mane is leaving you can't afford to lose Salah, but then the way Liverpool is probably going to be looking at it is like we will have Salah for another year, and we're
Mm-hmm.
going to replace Sadio Mane this summer. So and then we'll figure out replacing Salah next summer. I think that's the logic that Liverpool is going to go for, because I mean, I understand the wages that he's asking. From what that has been reported, the wages he's asking for is big money, and
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool are just not going to pay that money. They simply won't do it.
Yeah, between the
Uh,
range of 400 to 500.
there's no way. The day Liverpool pays that money for any player is the day hell freezes over. This is not happening. It's simply not happening. And as much as yeah, I get the point that he did so much for Liverpool and all that stuff, at the end of the day, you got to look at this as a business point of view. They signed Salah for what 30 million,
Hmm.
and so they like sign if they can get their money back, great. But if they can't, I feel like they just won't pay that much. They just they won't pay that 400K. They simply won't. And I just feel like the way FSG is going to look at it is like this is kind of new chapter. Genie Wijnaldum went for free. Origi's going for free,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just feel like that's just the way they do business. And the Liverpool are just a different club than a lot of people. People, they're just different. They don't pay over the odds for players. They don't overpay their players in terms of like salary. So um, yeah, that's just the way I see it. I see just this the end of an era. And I pretty much kind of felt that Sadio Mane was leaving when Sadio Mane spoke
Yeah,
prior to the
before the final. Yeah.
Champions League,
Mm-hmm.
and hearing what Salah said after the Champions League, I think Salah was pretty much telling the truth and saying that, hey, I'm gonna see out my contract. And I think that's just his plan, and he can get even if they offer him 400K now, and I don't believe they'll ever offer him that much money. Even if they do, Salah, just the way Salah would think is like, hey man, I can earn that much plus signing bonuses and all that stuff when I sign for free to
Mm-hmm.
any other club. So unfortunately, especially I this has nothing to do with it, but what Kylian Mbappe did with PSG, it just that that's gonna have an effect on a lot of these players' minds. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of these players know that if they go for free, they can earn a lot of money.
Yeah.
Um, and so and the reason why I'm talking like this is because at the end of the day, this has everything to do with money. Because this has everything to do with money, that's just the way I see it. Salah will look at where he can get the most money. So
Fair enough. Fizu, you want to say something before we move on to the next one?
Well, I've said it already. I really feel Liverpool are in danger of not adapting to the trend because all over the world now, the top clubs in the world, the bar has risen when it comes to players' wages. So if you are still operating on a wage cap, you
Mm-hmm.
are likely, or or there's this possibility of falling behind. So, and as long as that wage cap is there, there's the possibility of losing both Mane and Salah in the next 2 years, unless they are willing to bend or break their wage structure. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. If they refuse to bend or break their wage structure, Mane and Salah are likely going to leave in the next 1 year.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. So I want to move on to the next one. Tom, Don Carlo Ancelotti.
What
So
about
for me, where do you rate Ancelotti in terms of all time manager? Where do you rate him? Because the discussion is people put him second, third, above him after Silas Ferguson. People put him third because they said Jose Mourinho and Pep is kind of ahead of him. Where do we rank Ancelotti? Where
second for me?
for you?
I think he's ahead of. I think he's ahead of Pep and Mourinho. Personally, I think Pep and Mourinho are kind of on
Is
the
it based on UCL wins or just overall?
overall. I think both as a player and as a manager. You know, I said about his stats yesterday with what he's won. You know, even with the Champions League. I mean, I think he's probably one of the most successful managers in Champions League history. I mean, 2 CLs with Real Madrid as a coach, 2 Champions Leagues with Milan as a coach, and 2 as a player with Milan as well. I mean, and the only one to win the league title in all top 5 major leagues. I mean, we're talking legendary sort of status here in terms of both just as a footballing person in general. And I mean, he didn't really walk through into a happy camp, let's be honest. You know, his defence had been ripped apart. You know, the club was in disarray financially. You know, there were the new stadium and stuff as well, with the financial impacts there. And not really having a budget to spend in the summer massively on players. He's, if you like, he's had to work with what he's got. But, you know, he set the team up in a brilliant way that, you know, is, I guess, the Carlo Ancelotti sort of way, make it hard for teams to break you down, and then if you've got the players to utilise on the counter-attack, then do it. And, you know, Vinny Jr. before, you know, Carlo Ancelotti was, you know, came to the football club, you didn't really see much there from him, not going to lie. But the development over the last, I'd say, 6 to 8 months has been phenomenal with him. We know what we said about Benzema and stuff, being in the shadow of Ronaldo all those years and stuff, and now he's actually, we're seeing the limelight of it all really for himself. And I think even with some of the experienced players, you know, we said about Modric and Kroos and stuff, we're thinking these sort of players, you know, that Casemiro, you know, these are the sort of players that, if you like, are the old guard of the team and are probably on the way out and stuff. You know, Modric just signed a new contract extension after the final. Kroos isn't going anywhere anytime soon, I wouldn't believe, and neither's Casemiro. So at the end of the day, the one thing you can say with, you know, the final itself and stuff, and I think with Carlo Ancelotti's influences, he works best when he's got experienced players around him who know the game. And I know that's easy to say. It's easy to win things with experience rather than with kids at the end of the day. But you take a manager, for example, like a Sir Alex Ferguson, who he didn't win with the experienced players. This is the difference. You've got someone like a Ferguson, for example, who's won with a younger generation of players, as at Man United was the class of '92 and all that. That sort of pool of players is what Sir Alex Ferguson had the most success with. Carlo Ancelotti's had the most success with the experience, the actual footballing geniuses of the game. You know, your Pirlos, these sort of major players who have done it all or whatever in terms of football. And you know, with Real Madrid, there was 4. You know, I can't remember how many they had in the team. They had so many Champions League winners in the team. You know, times by 4 or 5 Champions League winners now.
9. There were a total of 9 of them.
9 players, there you go. That's what you call proper winning mentality and experience. I mean, World Cup winners are in there as well, Kroos and stuff.
Yeah.
Finalists in Modric. So, at the end of the day, in terms of experience and stuff, I think I would probably rank him second behind Sir Alex Ferguson, because I think the impact that he did with a lot younger players at the time, I think, you know, definitely sits him up there. But I think if we talk about European success, I mean, I have to admit, as a Man United fan, I think he does do outdo Alex Ferguson on the European stage. And I think Pep Guardiola, listen, keep building this dynasty that he's doing at Manchester City for another couple of years, and maybe deliver that first Champions League for them, and you can rank him up there as well in that category. But
Yeah.
the two great men themselves, for Carlo Ancelotti and Alex Ferguson, have got to be up there. And listen, Mourinho, exactly the same for me. I think doing a decent job with Roma and stuff. Potentially, listen, build a team good enough to go and win Serie A or something, or challenge for that.
You know what's gonna be
Do
scary,
something
Tom?
special.
This is what's gonna be scary. If Jose wins the Scudetto for Roma this coming season, we're gonna have a serious conversation about that. See, if that happens, am I even putting top one? I'm just saying, if that happens, I might put Uncle Mo as top one. If that happens with AS Roma, I might change my mind and put him in top one.
Relax. He's just won
If
the
that
Conference
happens,
League. He's won the Conference League. Relax.
he has already won the Champions League twice, Europa League, Conference League. Now Scudetto with Roma, I might change my pick. I might put him in one.
Relax. Relax. You're gonna put him ahead of Ancelotti and Ferguson.
Relax. Based on trophy.
Relax. Anyway, pass it on to someone else.
Yes, yeah. Ancelotti.
Yeah.
Don Carlo.
Where do I rank him? Listen, I mean, ranking managers is very subjective, to be honest. So because hence why
For
everyone has
Champions
different.
League. 4.
Yeah, everyone has different. I mean, I'll rank him up there, man. For me, I'll go with Tom. I'll go with the Man United answer. I'll rank him second after Sir Alex Ferguson. But this achievement is one. This one is just the most amazing footballing achievement, for a while. Like, I mean, we had like the Leicester winning it, and because like people need to understand, you have to put everything in context. This guy got sacked in 24 after the 20 no, not 24, so it was it 2014-15. He got sacked from Real Madrid. He went to Bayern Munich. He replaced Pep Guardiola. Asked Bayern Munich fans what they thought about Carlo Ancelotti. They didn't think any highly of him. The board didn't think any highly of him. All you heard during his time was bring back Pep Guardiola and how amazing he was under Pep Guardiola. So his time at Bayern Munich was not the best. Then he goes to Napoli, and it becomes tragedy. Like Napoli, like under Mauricio Sarri, was unbelievable, phenomenal. He goes into Napoli, man. It was a political war. We're talking about managers versus players versus owners, and it was insane. So he leaves that mess from Napoli. Then I remember prior to him signing for Everton. I remember this guy had an opportunity to sign for either Everton or Arsenal. Arsenal rejected him, went for Arteta. People forget that Arsenal went for Arteta, and then that which allowed Everton to sign him up. Everton Football Club, the same Everton that this season nearly got relegated. Guys, like he does very well in Everton. I'm not gonna lie, he did good in Everton. Brought in quality players like Alan, Doucouré, James Rodriguez. Man, Everton was actually very, very decent. Calvin Lewin was looking like a top striker. Like it was a lot of clubs were literally looking at Calvin Lewin as, hey, you know what, you might be in for him. There was a lot of transfer rumors. He did a good job. He left Everton last summer because Zinedine Zidane out of nowhere, up and left Real Madrid. He was not Real Madrid's first choice. But people have to establish that as well. Real Madrid was, I think they were after like either Pochettino and Antonio Conte, Maximiliano Allegri. Then they called Carlos Ancelotti, and it was one of the weirdest, one of the strangest things I've ever seen. Is like a manager that's the guy Ancelotti was in contract with Everton, was preparing preseason with Everton. All of a sudden, he gets a call and says, "Hey, man, do you want to come back to Real Madrid?" He said, literally before the even call was over, he was on the next plane to Madrid. So, in the beginning of that season, in the summer, prior to the summer, when he got in, there was no expectation for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid just won the La Liga. Real Madrid was going through a rebuild. They let Ramos left, Varane left. Man, they were literally going to a rebuild. They had young players like Rodrigo and Vinian. So Carlos Ancelotti came back to stabilize Real Madrid, and a lot of the rumors coming out of Madrid was like this was not a permanent it was this was pretty much temporary. Like
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Ancelotti was a stopgap. Like there was idea that if things don't work out that they might end up just sacking him. So for that all that to happen, all that comes to happen for him to win La Liga, massive. If the only thing he did was win La Liga,
He ran up the
this
La
was
Liga by March. It was over
bro.
by March.
But if the fact that he won La Liga is absolutely amazing because no one expected them to win La Liga because
Mm-hmm.
Atletico Madrid had a better team and just won the La Liga. So no one expected them to win it. They won it convincingly. Not only that, for them to win the Champions League was by beating PSG. With everyone expected PSG to go far with Messi and
Mm-hmm.
Neymar and Mbappe, and then to beat the Champions League winners in Chelsea Football Club,
Yeah.
and then to beat the favorites Manchester City in their semis, and then to beat the second favorites in Liverpool in the final. Like guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. If there's anyone out there in Hollywood that wants a script, label it as Don Carlos, literally, because this is insanity. This is just beyond comprehension, and it's like what he has done is phenomenal, amazing, unexpectable, and people might be like, "Oh, y'all should calm down. This is Real Madrid, all that stuff." Please, guys, put context to everything. Yes, this is Real Madrid, one of the biggest clubs in the world. But at the same time, even the biggest clubs in the world go through rebuilds. They were going through a rebuild. No one there was the expectation for them. If someone told me that Real Madrid was going to win the double, they're going to win the Champions League in the La Liga, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe La Liga, but the Champions League, that's a stretch. That's what I would say. So, guys, I'm gonna say like, wow, 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 wow. Carl, let me just last thing I'm gonna say. Carlos Ancelotti was a manager that everyone kind of like tossed it aside, thought that he was finished, thought
Mm-hmm.
his time in the top level was he was just getting too old for it, and he does this, and you're like, man. I mean, this is insane. Um, and this is insane. And what more can I say? I mean, what more can I say? Four Champions Leagues is no joke.
Yeah.
Four Champions Leagues is no joke, and especially doing it probably with the hardest run in the Champions League, man. It's no joke.
Yep. I agree. Physio. Don Carlo.
Okay.
Physio, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, yeah, Don Carlo.
Um, yeah. Well, as far as I'm concerned, there are only four coaches in world football now. We have Carlo, Pep, Amorio, then others. Those three,
What of
then
Alex
others.
Ferguson?
No, currently in football.
Okay, current.
If you are talking about adding other coaches in the past, we can add Ferguson to the elite list. But talking of coaches currently still coaching, there are just four: Carlo, Mourinho, Pep, and others. Like the Carlo has achieved so much, and I don't think he has anything to prove again. If he doesn't win a trophy till the end of his career, if he doesn't win another trophy, if he still remain part of the elite, he's done so much. He has won. He has won it all. I mean, this is not, and the funny thing is that this is not even his first Champions League double. He did it with his first. And I'm not sure this is his first double, the Champions League and League.
He
I
did
think
a
maybe,
double with Chelsea. I think he did a double with
but
AC
not
Milan.
Champions League, but
I
not
think
Champions League with Chelsea.
he did a double with AC Milan and the Madrid because I believe he did a
Uh-huh.
double. I think he
So,
won the Scudetto with AC Milan.
so he has nothing to prove to anyone anymore. If he doesn't win anything to the end of his career, he will still go down as one of the greatest coaches ever. Greatest coaches ever. and I'm still pained that Chelsea sacked him. I don't understand why or how.
Roman tax. Relax. Roman tax. Abramovich
so
tax.
so for me, simple. Ancelotti has nothing to prove to anyone. He's the
No
best, one of
worries.
the
Hey
best in the
guys,
world.
I'm a head out, man. I'm a head out. I apologize. So
No
you guys have
worries.
a good stream, man.
You too. Peace. Abdul. Don Carlo. Abdul, are you there? Abdul, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Take off.
You are too low. We can't hear you very well. You are too low. Speak a little bit louder. Can you speak a little bit more louder so we'll be able to hear you?
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah. Give me your take on Don Carlo.
Better now.
Yeah, it's better. It's better. It's better.
Um, is there a word we can even use to can we use words to express how great this guy is as a football coach?
I don't think exceptional
Uh,
is
I
better word.
knew.
For me, I would say it's the growth of a manager because
Um,
he's won
um,
it all.
yeah, he'll be a goat as a manager. I think because he's I don't know, man. You need to write a thesis to really
Mm-hmm.
explain what Don Carlo is,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And but I believe he's one of those managers that can. I look at him like a football executive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like somebody who can be like an executive of a big organization, but cannot be a principal of a secondary school. No disrespect. That's how I see Don Carlo. So if you bring Don
Mm-hmm.
Carlo to Aston Villa, you're not going to like see the you know the the facades, or you're not going to like see the you're not going to appreciate the quality of his work.
Yep.
But if he goes to like a Real Madrid, a Barcelona, a Chelsea, that's when he's able to showcase more what he's capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at him. I think he's like like a Ferrari among cars, or like a Ferrari among coaches, really. So that's how I see him. Like somebody mentioned earlier on, I was really upset when he got fired from
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea for, in my own opinion, for no good reason. But apart from politics of the club and people who are, I don't know, people who call themselves football directors getting along getting in his way of management.
Fair
Remember when
enough.
he was at Chelsea?
I
The,
remember Anelka Drogba. Those
yeah,
two
but
strikers.
they sacked his
Tele,
assistant.
they were telepathic. Anelka Drogba, very telepathic. Yeah.
Yeah, but remember they sacked his assistant. They wouldn't
Yeah.
renew the contract of, is it? I think it was late Wilkins that was assistant then, and
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't extend his contract and something, and he had to leave.
Yeah.
So I think the politics of the club got in his way while he was at Chelsea, and he had to leave. So, but I mean, what can you say? He's won it all.
Mm-hmm.
He's won it all. I mean, what he did with this Madrid team, man, I think
The
would be
problem people
very,
doesn't
very
want to put
hard.
him on top.
You can't do
Abdul, people doesn't want to put him in one is because of Sir Alex Ferguson, because of what he's won to as a manager.
no. What do you mean put him in one?
And people are putting Ancelotti as number two instead
Number two of what though?
of manager of all time in terms of everything he's done as a manager.
No,
Because
that would be very difficult to rate. How do you rate somebody as the greatest manager of all time? I think that's very difficult. I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer, but I don't think you
mm,
can say he's number one or number two. I don't know how you can put somebody as number one. So where are you going to put Joan Cruyff?
that's
Where are you
tough.
going to put even what was that guy? The guy that was the elder statesman that was Real Madrid's manager between I think 2000, is it 2000 and 2004?
Who was that?
Del Bosque.
Oh,
Del
I
Bosque.
mean, even walk up in us to like Marcelo Lippi.
Arsenal Lippi.
Okay. Where you going to put Fabio Capello?
Yeah, it's true though. It's true to rate the kind of high manager though. It's very true.
Exactly. So it's difficult to rate. I think it's difficult to rate managers and say this is number one, number two. What about the guy that started? I don't know. Renos Michel, that was the first coach in Ajax that introduced total football. That what do you call it? Johan Cruyff was a player under him, and Johan Cruyff learned his skill from him, learned his managerial philosophy from him, football philosophy from him, and then what do you call it? Pep Guardiola learned from Johan Cruyff,
Yeah.
and now Xavi learned obviously from Pep Guardiola. So
Pep
how are you going to
Guardiola.
rate all these people?
People are saying
So
Ferguson,
it's different.
Mourinho,
And
and
then it's
everything.
like, and then you can't take away the people that revolutionized football in South America. There was, I think you cannot really rate those guys. There's no scale to quantify what those guys did for football, the South American coaches, because it's not because the South American footballers are not great because they have natural ability. It's because of the coaching,
Yeah.
that they had in those early years, in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s. So
Yeah.
how are you going to rate those managers?
I agree.
Remember that guy? I can't remember his name. That manager that Valencia had that used to tap the chest of every player as they are coming out of the tunnel. He was manager of Valencia in the 2000,
What year was that?
in the early
In what year?
2000. In the early 2000, he had gray hair. He used to tap the chest of every player as they're coming out onto the field from the tunnel. He never used to speak that much. How do you rate
I'm not
managers
agree.
like that?
I agree. So before you came in, we're talking
So
about
it's difficult.
we're talking about Monsanta. Quickly, give me your take on Monsanta before we move on. Because the report we're hearing is he will run down his contract until because his contract deal until next season. That's 2023. It will be officially like it will be a free agent as from January. So I said because we'll do Mane next. Mane is gonna be leaving, but I think Bayern Munich are the favorite to buy to sign him now. This is where I'm kind of putting the spot here.
You mean
Do you
Mo
think
Salah?
Do you think Mane should be appreciated more by the Liverpool fans instead of Salah? Because after the Africa Cup of Nations, Salah has just dropped. His performance has just dropped down. It's not the Salah everybody know. It just come. And Mane picked up from that Cup of Nations
You,
and
you
it's
know
been
you know you
phenomenal.
know you, you know
Continue.
how you're going to rate how I rate Mo Salah and Mane. The both of them, I believe, are legends of Liverpool, except Liverpool fans don't know their football. They are both legends of Liverpool, and that's how I will rate both of them. But one of them did all the scoring, and the other one did all the score. One of them did all the running, and the other one did all the scoring. That's the only way I would distinguish them. So they are, both sides of the coin. Mane is a workhorse; he did all the running. And Mo Salah is a phenomenal scorer, and he did all the scoring. But their contribution you can't really diminish or reduce the contribution of either player, because without them two, Liverpool won't be the team it is now.
Yeah.
If you remove them two, what's left? What's left in
Nothing.
Liverpool?
Nothing. You're right. Nothing. So you don't really think Mane deserve to get high wages in terms of that?
No, 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 no. The two of them deserve to get big wages by now. I'm actually shocked that they are not on big wages.
Yeah.
So I think that's the Liverpool
Model.
management. Actually, I think Liverpool management is taking the piss by not putting the two of them on big wages. And they're lucky really for maybe because they are low profile players. if one was South American and the other one was Argentine, you think they wouldn't have left now on those wages? You know,
I agree.
so I think they're taking advantage of them two being low profile footballers. But the two of them deserve, currently in the current market, they deserve to be on top, big wages.
Fair enough.
So
I agree.
but then these guys have agents, don't they? So
Yeah,
they're
they
not
do.
really
They do.
stupid. So if you don't give them big wages, in their next contract, they're gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
They're
So,
gonna leave. I mean, what else are they gonna do?
fair enough. I agree. Uh Tom, let me go to you with this man now. LDO. What is going on with Liverpool? We need to have a discussion about LDO. Tom, Sadio Mane. Like, do we think it's because of the way Liverpool their wages Liverpool are not going to pay Mane, or do you think Mane just want to go on his own will? Because we need to understand that sometimes player could decide to just go on his own way if he believe in the environment he is right now is not conducive enough for him. He will leave, but he only has 1 year left on his contract. So, and I think for me, they should be able to negotiate a contract where Salah could say, Mane could say, okay, I'm gonna accept this contract with this kind of contract and everything. But do you think he just go on his own in his own way, on his own accord, and be like, I want to live on my own accord? I think I've given this team much I can give this team. I can't give any more. So I just want to live on my own. Tom, do you think Mane just want to go on his own? Be like, okay, let me go on my own. Or do you think Liverpool can be like, we have no choice. We just want to sell him? Tom, you there? Oh, I think he's muted. Physio, audio, Sadio Mane.
Well, money basically, he is won everything that he needs to, or he has to win at Liverpool. That's no one. So maybe he's not as motivated. But one thing is certain, he wants the money. I mean, he looks at his peers. Some of them who are not actually as good as he is. He sees them making this money here and there, so he thinks, "I know me too." And he knows what comes with the free transfer. I imagine how much, for example, Rudiger is making from the signing of to go to Real Madrid, apart from his salary. So he knows all this, and there are two things. I don't think the destination is actually the issue for him. It's where he will get the most money. His career is coming to an end. I know for a footballer, the short window to make the money, very short window, and that window is coming to an end gradually. So he has one more big contract to sign. So I think that's the major thing. He's one of us at Liverpool. Go somewhere and make the money now. In that land, he's not likely to get that money from Liverpool. So that's it.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I can understand, because I believe Liverpool has they have a wage cap in which they pay up players. So I can understand why he wants to get a new challenge and just move on, because he's won everything in Liverpool. So I can understand why he wants to just leave and go to somewhere else. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Thank you, Fisio.
Yeah.
Tom, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sadio Mane, like, give me your take on Sadio Mane, because the report we're hearing is he might go to Bayern Munich. So, is he underappreciated at Liverpool, or he just want to go on his own accord? What do you think?
I mean, I don't really know what to think about it, to be honest. With him, hang on a minute, that echoing noise is there again.
Yeah, you could continue.
Yeah, but I don't really know what to think with the Mane situation. I mean, it's just come out of the blue, hasn't it, really, from it all? because there was a lot of talk about potentially an extension and stuff, and then that's not obviously come about, and is obviously holded out now till the end of the season. And I think even that interview that he did beforehand, where he said that he'll disclose it after the final, I think that was kind of a hint towards the door rather than putting pen to paper on a new deal, really, to be honest. Because if you're going to put pen to paper on a new deal, you're going to be at least excited, or you're going to be smiling about it, a bit more positive. I think he made his mind up before the final, and going into that final, knowing you're not going to play for that football club next season, will play on your mind, I think, really. And I think a similar point to what I said about Mohamed Salah earlier on.
But what I'm thinking, if he wants to go to Bayern will not pay him the money he wants, and Bayern still need to sell Lewandowski before they can even get money.
To be fair, with regards to Sadio Mane, I don't really think it's the money that he's bothered in. To be honest, I think
that's what I said. Is he not appreciated enough in Liverpool? What is going? Because I don't get it.
I don't think it's not about being appreciated. I think it's a case of he's won everything that there is to win at Liverpool, and he wants a new challenge. And some players have that. You know, Varane had it with Real Madrid, did he not? He won everything. Same with Ramos, and won everything that there was to win with that football club, and thought, right, I want to try something new with PSG or with Manchester United. And obviously, neither of those two moves have worked out for either of the players. But we move, and you know, with Sadio Mane, I don't honestly think if he did move to Bayern Munich, it's going to be a case of the financials for it and things like that. I think it's more a case of you know your value as a player and stuff. But I think it's more about he wants something new. He wants to try something different. You know, play in a different league to the Premier League and I think he played in the Australian League with Salzburg,
Southampton.
So you know, and then Liverpool now. So you know, he's done a lot of things that there is to do, and obviously won the AFCON as well with Senegal, which was a good international achievement for him, and qualify for the World Cup as well. So to have a lot of those, if you like, accolades and stuff, I think it bodes a lot better for him. Really going forwards, and in terms of you know with him moving on and stuff, like I said before, with regards to it, I don't really think Liverpool need to panic. I think they've got the replacements already there to deal with this sort of situation, and I think that's why for the last, so we say, 18 months to 2 years, they've sort of added these pieces to the jigsaw puzzle. You know, Jota, Diaz. Because of scenarios that we're obviously seeing now where, you know, there's question marks of if Salah's going to sign a new contract or not, and Mane's obviously said that he's leaving, so to get that, if you like, the next generation to take on the reins, I guess, I don't really think it's a bad move for Liverpool,
because Tom, what I'm hearing from Liverpool fans is, if Mane wants to go, they're not worried because they have Luis Diaz who can take his place. But they'll be more worried if Salah goes, because now it's going to be difficult to replace a 30-goal scorer, 20-something goal scorer in Salah. That's going to be difficult. But if Mane goes, because they have Luis Diaz, they'll be fine in terms of goals creation and goal scoring. They'll be surely fine with Mane leaving rather than Salah.
Well, I get that point as well. But I think with regards to Liverpool, I don't necessarily think that we know Mane is leaving, but even if Salah went as well, I don't think a wide player is personally the way to go for them, because I think you can play Diaz and Jota as, you know, wide right and wide left. I think you just need that out and out number 9. Personally, I just think, you know, if you get your goal scorer to be the main sort of striker, should we say? I'm not saying go and get him, but you know, kind of a player in the model of a Benzema or, you know, a Harry Kane. This sort of goal scorer will get you 20-30 goals per year. You know, like we've just said about Diaz and Jota, I think Jota's more of a, if he gets an opportunity to shoot, he's probably going to do rather than pass the ball. And I think Diaz is a bit more unselfish in that regard, where he'll create a lot of chances for his teammates and stuff, and this is what I mean about going getting that number 9 to lead the line, if you like, for the attacking players. You know, I know there's a couple of decent players that I would put forward anyway if I'm on the Liverpool board and stuff. You know, I look at your likes of your Alexander Isaks, your Jonathan Davids, even your Darwin Nunez, for example. You know, these are the sort of players who, if you develop them into the system properly, which we know Klopp can do at Liverpool with players, and get them to hit the ground running, kind of like how Luis Diaz has done since joining the club, I think, give them, I'd say 12 to 18 months, and I think when they're more settled and more balanced there, you can go forward and go at it really. But yeah, that's my take on it anyway.
Yeah, Abdul, Sadio Mane.
You mean in terms of him getting the?
We can't hear you. Can you speak louder?
Yeah, I'm loud. You mean in terms of him getting a new contract?
Yeah, talk. Can you be a little bit more audible so we can hear you? I can't hear you very well.
You mean him getting a new contract?
No. It's leaving for Bayern Munich. So Liverpool fans, this is what Liverpool fans are saying. They are fine losing Mane. It's okay for them because they have Luis Diaz who can take his place. But they would rather don't want to lose Salah because now it's going to be difficult for them to find the 30 goal scorer, 20 something goal scorer in the Premier League that can replicate what Salah has been doing. But losing Mane isn't that far, it isn't that a problem because now Luis Diaz is there that can take up his spot in terms of creation and also scoring, to which he can also improve. And I know that worried much, that they'll be much worried and more hungry if say Mohamed Salah leave rather than Sadio Mane.
Yeah, but is that the consensus, or is it just some of their fans who don't know?
I think most of their fans are saying that.
Well, maybe because it looks better on paper to retain the goal scorer. But if you take, as I've said, there are two sides of a coin. If you remove one of them, you're going to diminish the effectiveness or the potency of Liverpool's attack.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who you remove. And if they think Luis Diaz is going to replace Mane, they obviously don't know what they're talking about, because Luis Diaz is actually just a speed merchant. You know what I mean? And when he turns himself against, if he faces the goal, then he can take a shot. But he's mainly a speed merchant. I mean, I said this before, even the Champions League final, when everybody was saying he was turning Chaloba upside down. I was like, no, you're just gonna have like a racing battle with Luis Diaz. And as long as a defender, all you're going to have is a race battle with him all day. And as long as you're ready for that, he's not going to cause you much damage. So it's just a speed merchant, really. So, but he wouldn't replace Mane.
Yeah.
So if they're okay to lose one of them, that's fine. That's their club. But maybe they just want, because it looks better on paper, to lose the guy who does all the scoring.
So Abdul, this is what he said. Do you think he said you think Luizia can dribble?
Every player can dribble, but what sort of dribbling is it? Even me can dribble on a Sunday, playing in the park. But what sort of dribbling is it? Is it effective dribbling, or just kicking the ball and just running? Running at defenses. So I don't know what sort of dribbling is this guy is Emen talking about. So why didn't he dribble yesterday? He was attacking
Carvajal.
Carvajal is how old? 31.
31, something like that. 31, 32.
Yeah. So why didn't he take Carvajal out? And next to Carvajal was what's it called? Militao. Yeah. So why wasn't he taking them apart?
Maybe because of the ovation is too big for him, and is in his first UCL final. So I can understand that.
Well, it's part of it. He might never play in the UCL final again for the rest of his career. You don't play in UCL final every season. So that's not really an excuse. I mean, Vinny Jr. didn't buckle.
Yeah.
And Vinny Jr. is just how old?
21.
No, I'm not judging. I don't know what this guy is talking about.
You can't get your playability based off one game, though.
I've been watching Diaz since he was in Porto. Who says I'm judging him based on one game? But that's what it is. I mean, you are who you are as a football player.
Hmm.
It's nothing to count against you, but there's nothing you can do if you're that type of player. I wouldn't put. I'm not saying Mane is the greatest footballer ever played for Liverpool,
Liverpool.
but I rate Mane better than Luis Diaz, and I think Mane's contribution towards Liverpool, I don't think Diaz can match it.
Hmm.
So if
Because
you want to
if
lose, for me,
because the pub
if I was a if I don't know, some of those things are difficult to judge from the outside.
outside, yeah.
But if I was a Liverpool, if I was in the business side of Liverpool, I would keep the two of them and get rid of some of their fringe players. They've got a lot of players.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many games does Origi play in a season?
Mm-hmm.
Origi is getting paid. Why not? I heard they want to get rid of Origi.
Yeah, it's going
So,
to AC
so
Milan.
exactly. So let him go. Get his wage bill of the get his wages off the wage bill. You know. Um. Then you have people like There's a lot of you know players that are just above average that are in Liverpool. You know. They have Oxley Chamberlain. How many games does Oxley Chamberlain play in a season?
James Milner.
They have James Milner.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of players they can shift in terms of wages to retain these two players. And these guys are always playing. I can't remember a game where either of them is
SSB,
is
I
not
need you in
starting.
this. You need to turn up to the stream. I need you. SSB, you are Liverpool fans. You need to come back your club. You need to turn up for the stream. The link is there. You need to show up. Continue, Abdul. Because see, Abdul, this is the issue now. Origi is living on his own will. Now people are saying Mane is living on his own will now. Now you're gonna be losing Mane, Origi, maybe possibly Chamberlain, and also Firmino. Those are four players you have to replace. How much do Liverpool have that they want to spend in the summer? They have to think about that. How much do they have that? See, because they have to spend very well. You can't just be buying players. You have to buy players that fit into what club wants. And
I
if
hope
you don't buy the player at the right time, the process is going to be coming soon. The Premier League season start very early this year. It doesn't start late. It start early
I,
because of the World Cup. They have to accommodate the matches together before November. So at least they have to play matches before November. So when they come back from the World Cup, they will have to play like maybe 20 something matches. So it will be easier for them to kind of navigate the remaining matches together. Now they have to make sure that they get the transfer window very, very right. If not, they might lag behind. And if any players get injured in the World Cup, Liverpool are in deep shit. If Van Dijk or any of those players that they relied on get injured, they will be in serious trouble. So they have to be very smart and have a perfect replacement for every position. So they'll be able to compete in a high level as a club, as a competitive club.
I just hope I hope Mane is just using the Bayern um thing
Rumor.
as a negotiation tool just to get more money or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he plays at a very high level. He might not even enjoy the challenge in Bayern because when Bayern is on form, they're going to win the league. So
Mm-hmm.
I hope he's just using the Bayern thing just as a kind of you know negotiation tactics to secure more from Liverpool because I'm sure he enjoys his football in Liverpool.
Yeah.
So
That was I'm a little bit skeptical that if you're enjoying your football in Liverpool, then what's prompting you leaving? What's going on? Is are you living on your own accord, or you feel very not appreciated in Liverpool because you want to live, and maybe you believe you deserve more wages? So there must be something that is prompting Sadio Mane to wants to leave Liverpool. There must be something. See, different scenarios occur in football, but there must be something prompting him to want to leave. So it's different stuff that has been happening. So it depends. It depends on what exactly is the problem. Because you can't just say based on what is going on outside. You have to see exactly what's going on to be able to know exactly how to pinpoint where the problem is. Because I don't know. We know how talented and how good Sadio Mane is. We know how good he is. That's why Liverpool fans are not even mad. They'll be like, okay, if Mane goes, we have Diaz. We are fine. As long as as long as club getting the player that fit into the system, Diaz can play that position very well. So we're not worried.
Yeah, yeah, but that's the point. He can't. Diaz cannot play that position.
Diaz is good on the left wing, so I don't think that is a bit of an issue playing on the left wing because he's kind of good on the left wing. So I believe him playing there is kind of okay because I think it's better playing on the left wing than maybe they could just get someone like a central forward that can play together with Salah and then Diaz and the guys, or just kind of trust Jota more in terms of scoring goals.
Okay,
Maybe they
so
could play like that.
okay, so they will have what's it called? Diaz on the left and Salah on the right.
And they right and
And
play like a central forward, maybe play like a Jota or somebody on the center forward profile, which is okay. So they can work with that because that can easily work with them. So they won't be able to kind of remember, oh, okay, we lose money. We already have a replacement already made already.
that can work for them, but will they win the league with that?
It depends. Like I said, they have to get it right in terms of the system. They have to get it right in terms of the system. Because if they don't get it right, they might be able to lag back. But Klopp will be able, I think Klopp and the board will be able to find a replacement if Sadio Mane leaves though. They'll be able to find a replacement though. That's my own take in terms of that aspect. They'll be able to find a replacement. Because for me, I think Mane deserve more in terms of what he has done for Liverpool. He deserves more. But the way it's been treated with Liverpool fans and everything, it deserves more for me. So because people might come and say, Salah this, Salah that. What Mane has done, I think for me, he has to be appreciated enough. For me, it's far better than what Salah has done because yes, Salah maybe scored this goal, but both of them have had an impact. But if you have to choose for me, I'll have to choose Mane because Mane has come out clutch in some difficult matches where Salah a little bit doesn't even show that clutchiness in him.
Yeah, I think they appreciate him. I think Liverpool fans appreciate him, but maybe
Hmm.
it's the level of adulation. The level of adulation with every player is always different
Yeah.
for whatever reason. You know what I mean? So it's not like they don't it's not like they don't appreciate Luis Diaz, but they will appreciate Steven Gerrard more, you know, when they were
Hmm.
both playing for Liverpool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's not like you know, it's not like they don't appreciate. I think they appreciate. I think it's the level of adulation that is going to vary for whatever reason, but that's just you know natural, really. But I don't think I will see any Liverpool fan who will genuinely say they don't appreciate Mane. I think they do appreciate him because he does put in a shift,
Hmm.
you know. So
Yeah, it does.
I think they appreciate him. It's just the level of adulation that varies really, and different what do you call it? You know, there's different level of attachment to every player.
I
So
agree.
I think that's what comes into play. That maybe it might look like they don't, but they really do. You know, the fact is, do the board, do they appreciate him more? Do they appreciate him enough? That's what we don't know. But if they allow him to leave, in my own opinion, those are your two strongest players. Why
Yeah.
would you do everything to keep your two strongest players? If you're looking for, if you want a new player to come in, then it should be other players, you know. So it's, I don't know, maybe the board don't appreciate him enough.
Or like the way they appreciate Salah and Mane, right? And like the way they appreciate Salah, then they appreciate him more. I can understand that.
Maybe the board, maybe the board don't appreciate him
I
enough,
understand.
you know. So
I understand. Uh, let's talk about Madrid winning fourth, the UEFA Championship for the 14th time in a row. So, Abdul, this team winning the UCL for the 14th time now. Can this team go back to back, and how good is this team all of them in terms of Modric, Kroos, Casemiro? Because see, in a way they have to find a way to replace those midfield, and I think they have Kamavinga. They are going already for Chouameni, which is now they are already replacing Toni Kroos and Luka Modric, and I think Casemiro can still play like 1 or 2 years more because I think it's that kind of old. They can still play 1 or 2 more years more. So do you think them winning this 14 UCL now solidify them as the most fearsome team in world football and the most in terms of you hear Madrid, you don't want to play Madrid? Because sometimes people may say this team is the better team, but the better team you don't win a UCL for me. I don't call you a better team because when you get to UCL final, you have to win.
Mm.
You have see, I don't care. When you get into a final for me, I expect you to win. I don't as a fan, I don't take seconds as a trophy because
Okay.
if even if see for me to accept that you don't even make the final, then we'll know where to get angry at. But
So,
if you get to the
so
final, I expect you to win. So how do you kind of rate Madrid in terms of
okay,
trophies,
no,
their
no.
club and everything?
You see, this what Madrid has done in the past decade
Mm-hmm.
is another thing that we can discuss all night. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So, but the first thing I want to say is, remember when they actually knocked Chelsea out of the
UCL.
tournament this season?
Mm-hmm.
We were saying this year, we were saying there's something about this Madrid team
Yeah, you said it
that
that there's
that
something about
that
this Madrid that you
reminds
don't
us
even understand.
exactly that reminds us of the 2012,
12, yeah.
you know, the 2012 Chelsea team that won the Champions League that season. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
something about like they are well seasoned. Like it seems even if they're blindfolded, they can play without actually, seeing where the other
Mm-hmm.
players are. They've been well drilled and well seasoned. That's number one. Number two is, if anything, you probably call them, team of the last decade because they've won the Champions League
Mm-hmm.
like 5 times now in the past 10
Mm-hmm.
years. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think even we appreciate what is happening. I think maybe 50 years from now, that's when people are going to appreciate what they've done even more. So for them to have won the Champions League five
Yeah.
times in about 10, 11 years, I
Yeah.
think it's just out of this world. It's just, I mean, there's no words to describe it.
14. Wow.
14 in total, you
Yeah.
know. So this is what makes players want to be part of the Real Madrid
Yeah.
story because of the
Mm-hmm.
heritage, the
Yeah.
history, the culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. If
Mm-hmm.
somebody had told you Real Madrid were going to win the Champions League 5 times in 2010, you're going to say you can't see it.
Yeah.
So that's another thing to put into consideration. Another thing is, I don't think what they've done, they're going to do it again.
Wait, you mean in terms of defending the UCL?
No, no, no. I don't think this guy's going to go. They are at
I'll,
the
I'll
end.
show you. I'll show. I'll show.
It's because of the players they have, the
Mm-hmm.
main players, the driving force, which is the midfield and
Mm-hmm.
Benzema.
They are replacing the midfield already with Chouameni. They already have Kamavinga already, so
You
they are
see,
already going to the future already.
that's another thing. So what that means is, I think they have the right manager to replace what they have now. You know what I mean? They have
Mm-hmm.
the right manager in place. If they want the right manager who will replace those pieces going
Mm-hmm.
into the future, I think they have the right manager now to do that for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to keep Carlo for the next maybe season or two to be able to, evolve this current team to a new
Mm-hmm.
team.
Yeah.
But another thing is, I think some of the players they have now,
Mm-hmm.
even before they started winning the Champions League, right? They've
Mm-hmm.
been well drilled by Jose Mourinho for like 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Before they started the Champions League um, journey,
Yeah.
before they started the Champions League winning,
Mm-hmm.
that team had been close to getting to the final. like for like 2 or 3 seasons and being well drilled by Jose Mourinho. So even if they have new players to replace the current um, main players, then you still have to drill them for like 2 or 3 seasons
Yeah.
to be able to like actually get to that level of achievement. Then, so they will need a coach like Carlo and a coach of that level, even if Carlo leaves in the next 1 or 2 seasons,
Yeah.
to drill them properly, because Camavinga is not just going to like become a Modric or Casemiro overnight.
Yeah.
Just because he's taking over the share doesn't mean he's going to be like a Casemiro, or a Tony Cruz just straight away. They'll have to be drilled. But that is what I'm talking about. Big teams. Say big teams set targets every season, and then they work towards that target. And there's no other target that they have than just winning. So, but I can bet my house on it. I don't think Madrid is going to win the Champions League next season. It's not going to happen. Except there's a fluke, because there's going to be the World Cup and something's going to happen, and that's
Yeah. Players will get injured.
exactly.
See, players will get injured. So I have to put that into consideration. A player will get injured in the World Cup. So it's all about, because they're only gonna give them the Premier League just 1 week. I don't know how many weeks they're gonna give them the La Liga after they come back from the World Cup.
Yeah,
Because player will get injured for their contract and everything. So how would they be fit enough to play? And also you have to rest players too. So I think World Cup is gonna be a key factor. Who's gonna go forward in terms of the
yeah.
UCL.
So next season is going to be funny,
Mm-hmm.
but trust me, this is football. After like 1 month, everybody's going to reset again,
Yeah.
and they're just going to like continue.
Continue. Yeah.
So
I
next
agree.
season will be interesting because of the World Cup,
Mm-hmm.
but I still don't see this Madrid team winning the Champions League next season. I'll be amazed. I'll be shocked. But the
If they
thing,
do
what
it.
I'm looking forward to is how do you replace some of these players? You know, because they've replaced Veran and Sergio Ramos
Yeah.
with Militao, Alaba, and then Rudiger is joining them.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be Militao and Alaba. Sorry, Militao and Rudiger,
But they got the Alaba goes to left back.
and then Alaba go to left back, and then they
Mm-hmm.
have to replace Carvajal at the right full back.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they want Rhys James, because if you plug in Rhys James as a right full back, that
Mm-hmm.
that defense will be complete with Couture behind them. That defense will be solid. So I'm just looking forward to how they will make their
Mm-hmm.
replacement, especially in the midfield, because Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos, to me, they cannot go. They cannot. They can't do it anymore. So they have Camavinga. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a I think that's a I think there's a place for him.
Mm-hmm.
But then who are the other two you're gonna bring in? It's
Yeah,
difficult to
because if
replace.
you're gonna replace Cruz and Modric, that's what they're going for Chouameni, because they're bringing in Chouameni to either replace either, because Modric has signed a new deal. He's gonna leave after next season, so you can bring in Chouameni to kind of ease him into the game. But the problem is Chouameni wants to play, so you can't
Okay,
spend.
so
Abdul. Mm-hmm.
the thing is you bring in Chouameni, you bring in Kamavinga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you need one exceptional midfielder who will be doing the things that Modric is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kamavinga and Chouameni are similar type of midfielders.
Yeah.
You know, they're workhorses, they're disciplined, they're mobile, they will run, they will tackle, they will give passes.
Mm-hmm.
So who will be the third one? The third midfielder you bring in must be a creative midfielder.
Yeah.
Because Chouameni and Kamavinga don't have the creativity to that level.
Level. Yeah.
So who are you going to bring in as a third midfielder?
That's where the problem, because I think if they bring in Chouameni, you are bringing in Chouameni to either replace Modric or Toni Kroos. That's what you are bringing Chouameni for.
Exactly.
So they already have Kamavinga already, and I
Yeah,
think what Madrid fans are saying is they are happy if they can have Kamavinga and Chouameni,
Yeah.
then maybe if Modric and them Cruz contract expires, they already have a perfect replacement. But my problem now is Chouameni wants to play. You can't buy 80 million and 90 million players and you just gonna put him on the bench. Chouameni wants to play. He's not even ready to sit on the. He wants to play. He has to be assured the playing time first because
No,
you have an
but
experience of
but the thing
Cruz and
is,
Modric. Chouameni wants to play football.
no,
You can't just
but
put him
the
on
thing
the bench. He
is,
wants to play.
the three midfielders they have currently,
Mm-hmm.
either you like it or not, they are almost expired.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just imagine that we are at the start of a new midfield era.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's
Mm-hmm.
say those ones are done, they are on the side. So if you bring in Kamavinga and Chomeni, who will be your third midfielder? Because those two are not really creative. So you need a third midfielder now who's going to be creative. Can you think about any third midfielder that is creative that will suit Real Madrid? I cannot
I
think about
in
one.
my mind, I don't. I don't know because based on what I know, I don't even know who they're gonna bring in that will fit into that Modric style of play
So
because
exactly, you see, that's where the problem is. I cannot
Modric
think about
is gonna be 37 in September.
no.
So now
Is
you
there a 25-year-old creative midfielder out there that you can think of? I cannot think of anyone.
KDB will not leave Man City. His name is a no
Who's
no.
that? KDB.
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 He
Yeah,
will not
but
leave Man City.
KDB is not 25. He's like almost 30.
Yeah. Okay, you're talking about 25.
Somebody like
Uh
25 that can play like another 5 seasons at the top for Real Madrid. I can't think
oh.
about any other. I can't think about a midfielder.
Nope. Maybe I'm thinking of Renato Sanchez, but he's going to AC Milan.
Yeah, but Renato Sanchez is like the other two that they've got.
Yeah.
So
So,
you,
oh, Harrison, how you doing, Harrison? Harrison said Gundogan. Gundogan is 30.
Gundogan is old.
Yeah, he's 30. Harrison, you can join the stream too. You can join and have your say to Harrison. The link is in the stream. You can also join and also have your say in terms of Madrid, Mane, and Co and Salah. You can have your say too. So people are saying Real Madrid need
So
a number eight. They need a number 10, not a number eight.
yeah, so that's what we're saying, isn't it? So who is a young number 10 out there that they can bring in?
I think that is where Chouameni comes in because Carlo can develop him more in terms of being the number 10. But because Fabricio said Toni Kroos is gonna sign 2 more years and Modric is gonna sign one more. So Modric will leave after next summer. You get what I'm saying? He will leave after next summer. So then Toni Kroos will have 2 more years. Maybe it could be a rotation between Kroos and Chouameni and Modric. And so let's have to decide that. But the problem is, if you are bringing Tramini and you are already at Kamavinga, then I think they can also work with Casemiro for the time being because he just clocked 30. He just clocked
Yeah,
30.
yeah. But do you think those guys are going to give you like 40, 50 games in a season again?
I don't know because injuries will come in.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. They need three. They need three replacement, and they've only got one. And one
Mhm.
is we are thinking like, okay, he's likely to end up there, which is Chouameni. But I cannot think about another creative midfielder
Mhm.
that can come. Because they still need. So they need two midfielders, right? And
Mhm.
they need a striker because Benzema. They need a replacement for Benzema. See, so that's why I think they're not going to win. They're not going to win the league. I'm sorry, the Champions League next season.
That's what people are saying. Don't look at the age. These Real Madrid players have a lot of mileage. They have played many, many big games over the years. That's what I'm saying because bringing Gundogan is 30. It doesn't matter because for me, Abdul, I don't think age matters because when you're playing for Real Madrid, you know what you expect playing for Madrid. You know what you expect. You know what you expect when you play for Madrid. So I don't think age matters. It's all about understanding what how he wants to play though. Understand how
Y-
you want.
But,
Okay,
but
I think
yeah,
about
but the thing
somebody,
is,
maybe Jude Bellingham of Borussia Dortmund.
uh,
That is the player for me that can
he's
go
not.
for.
He's not Madrid. He's not Madrid level.
Hmm.
It's not Madrid level.
You sure? Now,
No,
oh, they have Valverde. Valverde can be played as a midfield too. You can play
no,
Valverde there.
No, Valverde is. Oh my God! I watched Valverde again. That
Mhm.
kid is unbelievable. I
Yeah,
didn't even realize it was like 23.
it's
I thought it was
23.
like
Yeah,
27 or 28.
it's 23. So that's why I said they're bringing in Tchouaméni and they have Camavinga. Now you have Valverde now. So you have three players who can replace Casemiro, Modric, and Toni Kroos for the
No,
next 5 or 10 years.
Valverde plays from the right,
Yeah, you can play in the midfield too.
but are they going to use him from the midfield?
Yeah, it depends on the coach because now Camavinga can sit as a DM while Tchouaméni can do the roaming and you can play 4-3-3 where you play Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and Valverde. Then you have a proper winger because I'm hearing they want to go for Serge Gnabry of Bayern. So if they want to go for Serge Gnabry play on the right wing. So you might bring in Gnabry to play on the right wing. Then you can just play Valverde, Tchouaméni, and Camavinga in the midfield. That could work.
Yeah, but why is it difficult for anybody to give me a creative midfielder?
People say Neymar.
Like,
Neymar is 30.
oh,
He's
come
30
on,
already.
man. Neymar's not going to Madrid.
Neymar's not gonna go. No, I don't think so.
See, that tells us it's difficult to find creative
Yeah, it's
football
difficult in
stars.
this modern era. It's difficult to find. In the era we are right now, it's very, very difficult to find. It's difficult to find the era we have right now. So it's difficult. It's very difficult to find. Valverde is like a mount type. It can play anywhere, but the problem is that it's not the most technical, creative player who can be consistent. Get Oscar. How old is Oscar? 29, 28, 29.
Oscar's like played for the past 7 years
He's
in
been playing in
China.
China now.
It's not going to be the same. Come on.
Mm-hmm. So for
But
me, I think it's difficult to find
yeah,
a
if
creative.
Oscar was like 25
Yeah,
and he hasn't gone to China,
I
maybe
think it's
don't-
27 or 28 now.
like 29, 30 now.
29. Yeah,
Don't forget we got Oscar when he
yeah,
was
I know. I know we did.
so he's close to 30 now.
Okay, Loki. What about SSB? Loki. What about those Arsenal youngsters? Real Madrid can read them. Stop. Relax. No one will want to downgrade from winning the UCL to go and playing in Europa League. Oh, relax, relax, easy, relax, SSB. So that's what I'm saying because of this difficult now because I reason to what you said. I reason to what you said is very, very difficult now because because you bring in Tchouaméni, you gotta play him, Abdul. You cannot spend 100 million on Tchouaméni and you put him on the bench. It's not possible.
No, I don't think Madrid are going to pay 100 million for
I
Tchouaméni.
think they are paying it because Monaco is saying if you don't pay 80 million for Tchouaméni, it's going nowhere. He's not gonna go anywhere.
Don't forget
Because Liverpool has
this.
pulled out. Liverpool said no, they have pulled out already.
Don't forget this Spanish club are quite broke at the
Hmm.
moment.
Hmm.
So
I think Madrid has Abdul Madrid have the money to pay. I think they have the money. It's just about negotiation. How are
no,
they
no,
want to pay for the next 5 years or just one?
no, it's not that they don't have the money, but to drop 80 million for a central midfielder just for one player,
Hmm.
I don't think they can. They'll have to get rid of like maybe because they can get, except they're going to get, okay, Bale is done.
Hmm.
Okay, maybe they're going to get rid of Eden Hazard as well.
And that is staying for next season.
Well, that's what he thinks. Madrid, if they want to get rid of you, they can get rid of you. Maybe they have to get rid of. They still have people like Asensao. Um,
Hmm.
what's this guy?
There's
This small player.
Rodrigo. Rodrigo is there, and so is there. Yeah.
No, no, Rodrigo is a player. He's part of the team. I'm talking about Isco.
Isco.
I'm
Isco
talking
is
about Isco.
those are the players that are leaving. Those players are leaving. They are leaving.
Exactly.
They are leaving. Rodrigo, Isco is leaving.
So
Gareth
see,
Bale is leaving
so
already. So it's see that's what I'm saying. Uh
so maybe if they release all those players or get rid of all those players, then maybe they can afford Chouameni.
mhm.
But I don't know about Madrid dropping 80 mil for one central mid 22-year-old midfielder.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man.
That's my worry because Monaco see this is when Madrid is having problem. Monaco are demanding Madrid has to pay the 80 million on him. If not, they are not sending Tchouaméni to anywhere. So Marcelo is getting off the book. Udeka is coming as well. So Madrid are already building already. Abdul. They are building for the future already.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah,
already building
yeah.
already.
They're building, and I think their defense is almost complete.
Yeah.
So, but then they
You
have to
can
build.
rotate Alaba and Felamendi. So
Oh,
both of them
oh,
can
okay,
can be
okay,
rotated.
okay. Their defense is complete or almost complete.
Hmm.
Their forward is almost complete.
Yeah, they are looking into Darwin Nunes to be a backup to Benzema,
Who
the
is who is
Benfica striker. You know the Darwin Nunes I'm talking about, the Benfica striker.
uh
Yeah, they are looking
oh,
at him to replace Benzema as a backup. Sorry, as a backup,
as a
as a
backup?
backup.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, as
So
a backup to replace just because Benzema is signing 2 years deal, so they are looking into Darwin Nunes to kind of be a backup to Karim Benzema. Because sometimes it's gonna be a long season because of the World Cup, so they might want to rest Benzema in some matches and play Darwin Nunes and see how good he is as a player.
mm,
If that won't work out well, they'll be like, okay, they have a perfect replacement going forward, so they won't be able to worry too much about anything. As SB said, I think Legon is gonna start keeping some of these players after the Mbappe and PSG and Real Madrid saga. I've noticed more and more young players from Ligon linked to PSG now. SSB is not called Ligon anymore. It's called Mbappe FC. That's the new name. It's called Mbappe FC. I think PSG might do what Bayern does with Germany, keep young talent within France. Hmm.
I mean that's what I said like a few days ago or so,
Hmm.
where I said we don't know what the owners of PSG
Hmm.
intend to do.
Because they have a Luis Campos now with the sporting director. So I think he's the guy because Luis Campos said they want to go for young players. They want to build around young players that are tired of going to getting a superstar and everything. They want to build around young stars where they can easily have a long term future around them. Even if they make mistake, they know okay, we have a bright future ahead of us. And spending ridiculous money on players, I think that's what that one also want to stop to.
Yeah, so maybe they want to build the French league,
Yeah.
like the German league, where they will just get the best players. They will just get the best players from Ligue 1,
Mm-hmm.
and if they work out, fine. If they don't work out, they'll just release them after 1 or 2 years or 1 or 2 seasons and
Mm-hmm.
get another Ligue 1. They'll just get the best players from the other team. And get maybe like 1 or 2 superstars,
Yeah.
global stars, and just build the team like that. So you never know what they all. So that's what I try to make people aware the last time. That these guys maybe they just don't want to keep. They might not just be keeping Mbappe for keeping sake. You know.
Because I hear what the mother. I think the mother of Mbappe just spoke recently. Said the reason Mbappe stayed at French is he can make names because he's a French player. He can easily make names in his country rather than going to Madrid. It doesn't need to prove anybody anymore because what does he want to win in Madrid? He doesn't want. He can't win anything because that team is a winning machine. But if we win something for PSG, it's gonna be an history for the foreseeable future. So creating
Exactly.
an history in PSG is better than going to Madrid.
Exactly. So maybe they want to build PSG with
Hmm.
French players, and they want to build the French league.
Hmm.
Because they see that okay, they've got a talent.
Yeah.
So why do their talent have to always go out of the league,
Out of
play
the league. Yeah,
established
that's what
teams,
I think. That
and
was the
push
reason Mbappe was
themselves?
trying to convince Chouameni to stay in PSG, but Chouameni already made it. He said he wants to go to Madrid. So I think it's difficult right now, and the same thing is going to happen to the next guy I'm going to talk about, Ousmane Dembele, because what PSG are doing, they're trying to convince, using Mbappe as a strategy to convince Dembele, but Dembele already told them, no, I'm not playing for PSG. No, 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 I'm not. Even Luis Campos, the sporting director, already said it. We're out of Mbappe and we're out of Dembele's race. We're not going to go for him. So, players that play for France, they want them to stay in France just to kind of elevate their
Yeah,
league up in terms of that, elevating their league more up. So he said if Legon keep their players, other club will have a loss. These French players are talented. SSB is called Mbappe FC. Mbappe Heat. It's not the going anymore. Mbappe Heat. So that's what I'm thinking of do because I'm looking at it now that who will replace because Cruz, Modric, and Casemiro, you gotta replace them. You have Kamavinga, okay. Bringing it Chouameni, okay. Who is the third person you want to replace him with? That's what the problem is.
I can't really think about a
Because other another manager can come into Madrid, Abdul, and play 4-2-3-1. So
four
now,
two
how
three
do you
one.
want to replace
So
this player?
so you need a number 10 then.
Yeah, you need a number 10. Because
So
another manager could come in and say, okay, I'm gonna play 4-2-3-1.
okay,
Chouameni
okay.
and
Like I mean, what's it called? Jose played 4-2-3-1.
mhm.
So who was the number 10 when Jose was there?
In Chelsea.
No. At Madrid, he was playing 4-2-3-1.
Because Ose has I think if I'm not mistaken, there was Ozil, there was Di Maria.
No, but Ozil
Ozil
not
and yeah,
playing
there was
four.
Ozil, there was Di Maria, there was Ronaldo, there was Benzema, there was Higuain also. So I think Ozil might probably be the number 10, if I'm not mistaken. Madrid fans, if I'm not mistaken, correct me on this. I think Ozil might be the number 10 because Ozil, how Mourinho was playing Ozil then, he was playing him as a roaming number 10, where he can do whatever he want to do in that midfielder role.
Yeah. And did they have Di Maria from the right then?
Yeah, I think the Maras from the right.
Okay, and then Ronaldo
Mm-hmm.
from the left, and Benzema and Higuain as
Mm-hmm.
striker. And in midfield, at certain
Yeah,
point, they
Ozil
had
was the number 10. He was the number 10.
yeah. At certain time, Mourinho had is it Xavi Alonso
Yeah, Sabi Alonso, yeah, as the
and
anchor.
and Diarra, is it
Mm-hmm. Lasano Diarra, yeah.
Sana Diarra? You had them in midfield,
Mm-hmm.
and I think did he change? Did he change later to something else?
I'm
Yeah,
not
so so
really
so,
sure. I
so
think
that's
that,
the
that
story.
I think those are the stuff he has. So, because I'm looking at this scenario now, because what you are telling me, you don't because you said you don't think Madrid will go in terms of defending the UCL. You don't think they'll defend it because of the player they have. But I also think that it's difficult to compare. You know why? Because I believe this Madrid team knows how to win.
Yeah, that's true. They had Sami Khedira
Mm-hmm.
then as well.
Yeah,
Kept
Kadira
it yeah,
Was also a Real Madrid player, so German guy. Yeah,
that
so
time. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they have a Kadira too. So that's what I'm saying. This I'm saying. It also it depends on Essien was there in 2013 too. I remember Essien was there. There was Michael. There was Adebayo too. I remember Adebayo. Remember Adebayo? Yeah, Essien was there too. So that is my issue with them because these old players cannot play on a high level because it's gonna be difficult because of the World Cup. World Cup is a key factor. So
Yeah.
now because the World Cup now, you don't know what's gonna happen in the World Cup. Player could get injured, get tired, needed a lot of rest. So you have to sometimes you have to rotate. So you have to rotate sometimes and keep the team fresh and ready. So that's why Madrid is stuck on the left wing. They have Hazard, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo can play on the right wing. So Rodrigo can also play on the left wing too. So they have they have no issues in playing left wing. In strikers to Benzema can still play like in the next 2 3 years, it can still be okay. That's what they're looking into do Darwin Nunes to play as a backup to Benzema, which is okay. Let's develop Darwin. Then if you can develop Darwin Nunes, then was Benzema leave, we don't need to buy strikers again. We already have Darwin Nunes. So I can understand Madrid already bidding for the future. I can understand they're already bidding for the future already. So it's understandable, but Abdul, it's gonna be difficult coming into the new summer because now you have to kind of spend and what's called spend and also improve the team. Spend and
I
improve it.
don't I don't believe I don't have faith in that what do
Mm-hmm.
you call it what's it called
Mm-hmm.
um in that Hazard project, Eden
Mm-hmm.
Hazard's project.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll probably be gone either this summer or next summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't
Yeah,
think it's of any
this
use.
Abdul, this is bullshit. Yeah, SSB, I saw it. Nations League. Please, can someone tell me the usefulness of this Nations League? It's all about money. It's all about money. What is UEFA doing? Huh?
You see, I've never understood this Nations League. I don't know why they play it. I don't know the benefit of it.
They said they want to cancel it with friendly matches and everything.
I don't know what is going to lead to. You know, they just add more football for adding more football's sake.
The thing other clubs are coming up as well, like Newcastle, maybe French club building. The Serie A also are improving. It will be competitive in future. Yeah. If you look at Serie A now, Abdul is more interesting now. Because you don't know who's gonna win the Scudetto coming next season. So and also if you look at Newcastle, Newcastle have the money to just buy players they want to buy, and they will surely improve because I don't think Eddie Howe will be the long time future. They will want to go for a world class manager that knows how to win. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I want to go to a
But
one class
but
manager that knows how to win, and also understand that okay, I want to win now. I want to because Newcastle is a very big club, and for them to be more competitive, with the big boys, they have to win. So maybe like a Carabao Cup or like an FA Cup. So for them to go up in terms of that aspect, but I don't think Eddie Howe is the manager. It's like Newcastle remind me of Manchester City when they were being bought. Remember when Man City were built? They were Pellegrini, they were Roberto Mancini. Then before they came into Pep Guardiola, now they've settled for Pep Guardiola.
mm,
So I think Newcastle could be that situation where they could go for a turnaround of a manager and they can easily finally settle for a long-term manager. So Newcastle too are coming up too. So that is where people needs to be very worried in terms of okay, we have new people coming in terms of money and everything. So in the calendar of Newcastle had the third most win in EPL after Liverpool and City. See? So that is something to keep an eye on though. That's what
but
some
do you know Liverpool? I mean, sorry. Do you know Newcastle are building?
I know.
Do you know Newcastle are building,
I know they are
and
building.
they
They
are
want to go
building with
for this
every
guy also.
window, right?
I
And
think
you
they are
can
building too
tell they
because they want to go
have,
for this Brazilian guys too.
and you can tell you
Hmm.
who
Continue.
who do they want to go for?
This Brazilian
Who
guy
are they going
is
for?
it Kokoret, Kokoret or whatever his name is. I'm forgetting his name. Is it Kokoret?
Who's
Coqueret. Is it Kokoret? I'm forgetting his name. He plays for Leon. Is still Leon and Marcel? I think it's Leon. He wears the number 10 jersey for Leon. I think it's
oh, I can't
Leon.
remember.
I could see a
Uh,
Mourinho go to Newcastle. See?
SSB, I don't think so. I think Mourinho is having a time of his life in Roma. You see, that's what I said. That's what I told people. Like a big club and a big manager would always build every season and then have a target for that season. No big club will build for like, okay, we're
This
gonna
is,
win
this is the
for,
guy I'm talking
we're
about.
gonna have like a target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a place for Leon. That's who Lucas are going for. Correct, yeah. A
Oh,
place
I
for
don't
Leon.
know. I don't-
Because Newcastle are building, and the way they are building it, as a fans, you need to be worried about them in the next 2 years. Because if they go for a world class manager who knows how to win, Abdul, it's gonna be difficult. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
but I
very,
don't
very.
I don't think they'll go for a world class manager now
Mm-hmm.
because they just signed Eddie Howe,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So they're not going to sign Eddie Howe and then sack him after one season.
Ah,
So they're
okay.
going to they're
Look
going
at
to like
Pellegrini and
keep.
Mancini in Manchester City before they settle for Pep Guardiola. So Newcastle could decide to okay, at the end we'll give it 2 years or 3 years. We want to be in top five or top six. If that is not achieved, I think Eddie Howe will be sacked because of the player they have.
No,
If it doesn't
I think
achieve, Because if he doesn't achieve
I
what they
think the
want him to
peculiar
achieve,
thing with I think the thing with Newcastle is I think the thing with Newcastle is they will keep building with Eddie Howe till they
hmm
get to a level. Maybe when they build a team to like a top 7 team, then they will
yeah,
go and bring in a top manager. So I
yeah,
think manager will be like the last piece of the puzzle.
hmm
So when they finally build and they know like they can go and challenge top 5, then they will go and look for like the top manager to dominate.
yeah,
But currently, I think they are building, but they are building at a low pace.
hmm
They want to get to the top, but they are building at a low pace, and
yeah,
they'll be giving themselves target by target every season.
hmm
So they will go on the season. Maybe they will try and make like top 10, and then they will build again and say, okay, maybe top 7 or top 6, and then they will build. And then I think that's when they will get a big manager and say, okay, let's go for the league now.
yeah. This guy is always good
I
also.
think
Graham
that's
Potter, the,
that's
the
how.
Brighton guy, is good also. Very good, very good, very good, too. Very good manager. Very good manager. Yeah, I can see Graham Potter
And one
in. I
thing
can see him
is
in
one
Newcastle.
thing is
Yeah, continue, continue.
no, I don't think I don't think they're going to take any Graham Potter at the moment, SSB, because they've
Mm.
just signed Eddie Howe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when they're ready, when they become a top 6 team, that's when they will get like a top manager, and then they will already be having you know super players. So
Yeah.
at the moment, you can say, and the funniest thing is, I think that's even keeping the Newcastle players on their toes.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell from the way they're playing. Like everybody is well committed.
Yeah.
When you go and play,
Because
if you when you
they
watch
know the
Newcastle
project. They
play,
know what they are.
they are not playing
What
like
they.
an average.
Mhm.
Exactly. So everybody want to be part of the project. So
Yeah.
they are putting in their best.
That's why that's why I'm happy with Chelsea because now once the takeover is done, everybody already know what the project is all about. So that kind of give them an exciting point that okay, we know Chelsea as a project, we know what happened. So everybody will be excited that what is gonna be exciting in terms of going forward for Chelsea Football Club in terms of the project. So it's gonna be tough, but I
Well,
think
to be
I think
honest,
Newcastle will be fine because in terms of can someone tell me why Chelsea didn't buy Bruno Guimaraes?
yeah, I've heard of that player. I don't know why. I don't know why.
We were linked to
I
him
think you should
2 years ago. That
you
is where
should
you
blame
have to talk to the board. Abdul, he said, Abdul, to be
yeah,
honest,
to be honest. Do you
do you
think
think Newcastle will be able
Newcastle?
to have the pool and will be able to pull a big name? Do you think players will want to go to play for Newcastle? It depends. It depends on the manager, though. That's what Abdul is saying. You can build to be like a top 6, top 7 team. Then after that, when you have a manager, you can be able to have. See, when Mancini and Pellegrini were there, they have Aguero, they had Edin Dzeko, they have players there. But look at Man City when they started building from 2008 upward. Come. They won the title in the next 2 years in 2011, 2012. From there, they started building. Pellegrini was there, boom, he left. Mancini was there, boom, he left. Now they brought in Pep Guardiola. That's how you build success. Now that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna give Eddie Howe 2 years to build Newcastle. If it doesn't get them to top 6, top 7, it will be sacked. A manager will come in, replace Eddie Howe, and they move on. That's what I'm saying. Because all it takes is one big player to make the move. Yeah. Arsenal is a top 6 of a team and nobody want to go there. And then others will follow. Yeah, I agree. I agree too. I agree. I agree too. Because for me, Newcastle are building something and them building, hmm, it go tough for
Yeah, I mean, I get your point, SSB, but the thing is, the project in Newcastle is different from the project in Arsenal.
yeah.
I don't think you can see that Newcastle are moving in a different trajectory compared to Arsenal. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
Yeah.
if there's a lot of factors why top players don't want to go to Arsenal, but you can
Mm-hmm.
see that when Newcastle become a top six team, they'll be able to sell
Okay,
the
Abdul, let me
club
do it
and
this way.
attract big
Let's
players.
say if in the next 2 years or maybe next year, if Newcastle finish maybe sixth or seventh, and they believe Eddie Howe can't take them more than that, and maybe um because PSG want to sack Pochettino now. If PSG sack Pochettino, and maybe you can see Poch going to Newcastle because Poch is a big name. You can be able to attract players and have a philosophy where you can build teams and make them finish in top four on a consistent level. Then big name can be able to come to that club. Will be able to have more time because he will be backed by the Saudis and everything. Do you think so?
So sorry, repeat your question.
Okay,
Repeat your
I
question.
said, now PSG want to sack Mauricio Pochettino. So if Eddie Howe finish like 7 or 8, maybe they'll be able to sack him and say, okay, yeah, you did what you want to do, but I think we need a big name that can propel us to the UCL. Maybe bringing in Pochettino that will be sacked from PSG in the next 1 or 2 years for them to go like on a consistent level, finish in top four, top five. Then I think that could work because now you have Pochettino who can attract big names and everything. Don't think so?
Yeah, but the thing is, for me personally, I don't rate Pochettino.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a bit of hype job with Pochettino. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But as you've said, once they can push the Newcastle to a top five, I
Yeah.
think they can sell the project to players in general.
Yeah.
But when they get to top five, I would say they should go and get a proper coach. You know what I mean? Not all
Mm-hmm.
these managers that play with data and all the stuff. You should go and get a proper coach that can start deliver consistent winning for them.
Yeah.
A coach that will make them to be winning, like a big
Mm-hmm.
team. I don't know what a coach can be,
Yeah.
but I don't know I don't know which kind of coach they can get there. I don't know. You see, I don't want Mourinho to leave Roma because I think in the next 2 or 3 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
Mourinho can take Roma to win the Serie A.
The Scudetto. I see. People may call me crazy, Abdul. I'm tipping them to win the Scudetto this coming season.
No, 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 no. I don't think they can do that.
See.
They need they need a
I'm
lot of
crazy.
they
I
need
know. I'm crazy. I know.
veteran
But
players.
I'm tipping them to go all out for to win the Scudetto. See. I just have this weird feeling that they will win the Scudetto. I just have it. I have this weird feeling that they will win the Scudetto because if they win the Scudetto, that will elevate Mourinho's legacy as a play as a manager. Hope.
You know the vibe I'm getting now. The
Mm-hmm.
vibe I'm getting with Mourinho and Roma is what the vibe of when Mourinho was in Porto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe I'm getting with
Yeah.
Mourinho and Roma. I think Mourinho can take Roma to win the league, but I don't think it will happen next season.
Yeah.
You know
It
what I
might
mean?
take
I don't
time.
think
Though.
it
It
can
will
happen
take
next
time.
season, except if he's very, very lucky. Exactly, except if he's
That's
very
what I'm
lucky
saying,
with
Abdul.
players,
That's what I'm saying. World Cup
right?
is very key
So
because World Cup, you might have injuries. Team might
yeah, yeah.
drop down a little bit. That's why I say you might have it a scenario where World Cup could play a key factor in terms of going forward and winning. That's what I'm saying. See, in EPL, you might see a season where World Cup will be a factor where it seems like Chelsea could just come in, boom, win the Premier League title. Very possible because people doesn't expect them to win because there are people say
You
they're on
know,
the
you know, you
rebuild.
know
So
how
World Cup could play a key factor there too.
you know how Mourinho can win the league next season
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is if he can lay his hands on players like Cucurella,
No, they want to go for Dybala. They are going for Dybala.
Coutinho, you know,
They are going for
um,
Dybala. They are going for
yeah, but
Dybala, and I think somebody else also. I'm not sure. So that's gonna be interesting. As a Juve signing Pogba and Dybala, guys, similar getting better. Others will improve as well. It will be a little bit difficult for Goma next year, or maybe in the next 2 seasons. Yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree.
For for Mourinho to win Serie A next season,
Mm-hmm.
he needs five top players.
Yeah, I agree.
He needs five, at least five top players. They don't have to be starters, but they have to be available to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it will be easy for them to get five top players.
No, I don't think so.
You know, I don't think they have that kind of money to invest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where
So
the
let's talk
problem
about somebody
is.
else, Abdul.
He might get lucky with a few UCL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about somebody else. Steve told me today, so I think I'm gonna talk about him because me and talked. He told me about him today that after tomorrow, because tonight, possibly tomorrow morning, the takeover will be officially confirmed by Chelsea Football Club tomorrow Monday. So we're gonna come live tomorrow and talk about it.
Yeah,
Don't worry. So you guys are safe. Don't worry. Abdul, the report we're
yeah,
hearing is
yeah.
this man here is going back into to Inter Milan. He has already sacked his Abdul, mute your mic. He has sacked his what's called his agent that brought him to Chelsea. He said he's giving him a bad
He's
advice.
joking.
So he has a new lawyer. So the new lawyer is already negotiating with the Inter Milan. So this is the scenario. Chelsea is gonna accept loan with obligation to buy. So Lukaku said he's gonna cut his pay cut down to go back to Inter Milan, and Inter Milan are willing to bring him back. But Chelsea said if you're gonna leave Chelsea, he has to be loan with obligation, no loan with option. We don't want option. Loan with obligation to buy. Give me your take on Romelu Lukaku.
Right. So my question is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does Romelu Lukaku want? For ages before he even signed for Chelsea, because I never in the summer I wanted him for Chelsea, but I never knew Chelsea were going to sign him because there were no rumors then.
Yeah.
But I have always said this about Romelu a long time ago, that Romelu's issue is his mentals. You know what I mean? It's his
Mm-hmm.
self-belief.
Yeah.
You know, if Romelu is mentally settled, then he would deliver.
I think he's
So it
settled in
doesn't really
Inter
matter
Milan. He's settled and
what
happy in
is
Inter
happening.
Milan, though.
No, but what does he want? That's what he thinks, but he's not there. And Inter Milan has a different coach.
Yeah, and
It's
I
not
even Steve even told me
Conte
that
that is
he's
there
taking. No,
anymore.
Steve told me
So
he's taking
what
out
does he
Chelsea's
want?
from his bio, both in Instagram and Twitter. So he wants to go back to Inter Milan. So he already sacked his agent already. He's already ironing the move. So and Chelsea already told him for us to allow you right now, loan with obligation, not loan with option, with obligation. If there's not obligation there, we're not selling you. And I think Inter Milan agree that they're gonna bring him on loan with obligation to buy. So exactly. So it already get rid of Perisic, and
If
I think
if
Lautaro
if
Martinez is
he,
also leaving too next
if he
season.
wants to go,
Mm-hmm.
if he wants to go, if he wants to
Mm-hmm.
leave Chelsea, then he has to leave because that's just how Lukaku is. If
Yeah.
Lukaku wants to leave and you don't allow him to leave, he's just gonna suck all season. You know, so he has to leave. If he wants to leave, then he has to leave. But the thing is, it's unfortunate. Jose Mourinho has Tammy Abraham,
Tammy Abraham.
but
Mm-hmm.
he would have been ideal for Roma if they didn't have Tammy Abraham because
Hmm.
Jose Mourinho knows him. He
Mm-hmm.
knows Jose Mourinho,
Yeah.
and
They'll be able to
I
have
think
a
more or less what
telepathic
he likes
partnership.
more is the
Mm-hmm.
exactly what he thinks he likes in Inter is not actually about particular to Inter. What he likes about Inter is actually what is peculiar to Italian football. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
actually the Italian football culture that he fell in love with, not
Yeah.
necessarily Inter Milan. So if he goes to a Roma, he's still going to experience the same um, Italian football culture. But the
Yeah.
problem is they already have a striker.
Yeah. In Tammy
You know what I
Abraham.
mean? They already have a striker, and I don't think Roma has like seven, yeah, and I don't think Roma has like 70 or 60 million to pay for Lukaku. I don't think they have that kind of money
Yeah, I don't
to
think
give to
so
one player.
because Steve said Lukaku Chelsea is demanding
You know,
70 or 80 million for Lukaku. So, but he said for
I don't
Chelsea
know
to
how they're
allow
gonna
him to
I
go,
don't know how they're gonna
it
give
will
that.
go with it's gonna go with a loan with option to buy. That's it. So I've
I
noticed
think
my issue
I
with
think
right now
Inter
is
Inter can pay for Lukaku
hmm
if
hmm because Inter
I
said they
mean,
don't have the
do
money to pay
Inter
for him
have
right
any
now.
player that we might like at Chelsea?
Me, Lewandowski.
Yeah, but do they have a player we might like?
Lewandowski. I want Lewandowski in Chelsea because if you're gonna go for Lukaku, if you're gonna let go of Romelu Lukaku, you have to bring in a quality striker. And Lewa for me is a striker I want in Chelsea. Yeah, people may say he's young, 30, 33 or 34. Lewa can give me 3 years. Abdul will be able to win the Premier League and even win the UCL with Lewandowski because he
Yeah,
will score the goals.
yeah. I mean, remember I said in your in previous streams
Mm-hmm.
that I would like us to refresh in all departments of the team.
Yeah,
So a keeper, a defender,
a midfielder,
midfielder,
a
a
winger, and a
winger, and a
striker.
striker. Yeah. So for the striking department, I wish we could bring in Lewandowski,
Mm-hmm.
because if we bring in Lewandowski for the next 2 seasons, 2 3 seasons, then that will enable us to properly groom Kai Havertz. You
Yeah.
know, because I believe personally Kai Havertz is a striker, but you don't want to put a 27-year-old striker in front of him. So if you put a deadly 33-year-old striker in front of him, then he will be able
Mm-hmm.
to learn and he will still have the same confidence.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Because
saying. If you bring
obviously
in Lewa, you'll be able, Harvard can learn from
you will
Lewa,
still
and
have
then he
the
will be able to be ready.
yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That if you bring in Lewa, Harvard will be able to
Lewa is
learn
not
from
going to
Lewa.
score. This guy said Lewa is going to score 8 goals all
8 goals.
season. Lewa is not going to score 8 goals all season.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Lewa is not going to score.
Jeeves, I don't think
He's not going to
Lewa. No,
score
no,
less
no,
than 20 goals all
no.
season.
I don't think so. I don't think Lewa will score 8 goals. No, no. But Abdul, this is it now. Why is Lukaku
So
planning to
yeah,
leave?
I
Why is he
would
planning
like
to leave
Lewa.
Chelsea? Why? Because he has 4 more years in his contract, and I believe buying a player like Dembele or player like Ganabri or somebody that is a proper winger that can create for Romelu Lukaku. He will score the goals, but now you are letting him like he wants to leave and go back to Inter Milan. Is it the affection to the Inter Milan fans, or what's going on?
Look, the Inter Milan he was a part of has changed. So let him not think he's going back to the same Inter Milan. The Inter Milan he was a part of was like a Premier League team. They had Premier League players, Young,
Mm-hmm.
Victor Moses, what's it called? The Danish guy from
Christian
Tottenham,
Eriksen,
was it Christian
Eriksen.
Eriksen. They
Yeah,
had
they have Brunzovic, they have everybody. So,
Sanchez.
mm-hmm.
They, it was like a Premier League team. So,
Yeah,
but the Inter Milan now is different. So, if he thinks
mm-hmm.
he's going back to the same Inter Milan,
Yeah.
he has to reconsider. I don't know why he just take it and say, this is a new challenge for me. This is a new beginning, new era, new owner. Let's go.
Because I think Todd wants to
Restart.
back
Forget
no
about
Todd wants to back Thomas Tuchel, and I think Thomas Tuchel doesn't want Lukaku in his team come this season. So that's the reason he's ironing the move himself because he believe okay, the new owner they are backing Thomas Tuchel. I don't think I have a future in this team. Let me just leave and go play in where they're gonna love me.
But why though? Why doesn't Thomas Tuchel want him?
I think the style of play in which Tuchel wants to play doesn't fit into Romelu Lukaku because you have to as a striker you gotta press, and Lukaku will not press the ball. He won't. He won't. So he won't.
Oh,
That's why because now because Inter Milan. That's why remember I told you that if
maybe
Inter
have
Milan
to.
lose if they lose the Scudetto, it will be painful to them because now that will force them to go and buy Lukaku because they believe having him there will propel them back winning the Scudetto and going far in the UCL.
But who has AC Milan got as a striker?
They have Lautaro Martinez and Edin Dzeko. So Lautaro is leaving.
Who?
Lautaro is leaving in this summer. Bastoni or Skriniar, one of them could leave
No,
because Inter Milan is
AC,
facing
AC,
financial
AC,
difficulties.
AC Milan.
AC are
Yeah.
going for Divock Origi. They already have
No,
Olivier Giroud
no.
already.
Currently, who have they got?
They have Olivier currently.
And
They have
Zlatan,
Olivier
and
Giroud
those are like,
already.
yeah, they have Olivier Zlatan.
Yeah, Zlatan is Zlatan. They have Zlatan. They're already going for Divock Origi already. They
Well, maybe
are.
they should go for maybe they should go for Lukaku, man.
I see. This is it because Inter Milan has a similar rivalry. If
Yeah,
if Lukaku
no,
wants
no,
to
no,
go
no.
back to AC
In
Milan,
Italy,
can AC Milan afford him?
the
Because
the
he has
movement
to get
is
a pay cut. But you have Giroud. How can they work?
no, no. But
Abdul, they have
I
Giroud.
don't, I, no, no, no. But the thing is like right. They've got old strikers who
Hmm.
cannot afford to give them 50 games per season,
Yeah.
and we know that they're going to be taken over by Bahrain, so they're going to
Hmm.
have some cash cash influx or
Hmm.
cash injection into the club.
Yeah.
So maybe AC Milan might suit him. Maybe
Mm.
Chelsea should go and negotiate with AC Milan and say, "Do you want Lukaku?" And then maybe take one player off them or
Hmm.
give them to AC Milan, give him to AC Milan on loan. I think it will suit the new AC Milan, the new face of AC Milan,
Of AC Milan.
because they don't really have a striker.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really have a striker.
That's
So
why they're going for Divock Origi. Origi
look,
can score them the goals.
Lukaku, look what SSB said. Look what SSB said. Lukaku said he doesn't want to play for AC Milan rivalry.
Yeah,
He's got
because
no
of the
choice.
rivalry. Yeah, he doesn't want
Yeah,
to
but
play
he's
for
got
AC
no
Milan because of
choice.
the
What he's
rivalry.
talking about, Lukaku is talking as if everybody's looking for him. Nobody. This guy thinks he's Lewandowski, man. He thinks he's Samuel Eto'o, man, at his prime. He doesn't want to go to AC Milan, man. Like AC Milan, oh, come on, Lukaku, man.
I think he said SSB said AC Milan is getting the ownership. They are going for Jonathan Davis or other young players. Yep, that's what I think. That's my thinking. That's my thinking too. That's my thinking too.
No, no, no. But the thing is, no, no. But the thing is, AC Milan is at the top,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an Italian league. So, sorry, they are Italian champions, and they are getting new owners.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe they'll want to, they'll want to remain at the top. You know what I mean? I don't think they
Yeah.
want to dip. I think they want to take a new ride and remain at the top. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because that's Champions League proper for them next season,
Yeah.
and they don't have a.
That's true though. That's true.
Lukaku said Pep was looking at
Giuseppe
him
was looking
last.
at him last. SSB. SSB. Stop. We are stuck at the Chelsea fan now. We just need whatever happens in us in terms of player going. Just get out, please.
Oh dear.
Anybody that our hand have reached, let's just get him and move. And move, man. Abdul is right now. It's sickening and annoying right now. Sickening and annoying right now.
You know what? I don't even care, man. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the takeover to be announced
Yeah,
tomorrow,
it's gonna be announced tomorrow.
in the
Tomorrow.
morning.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
And then I want to see what's it called? I want to see what Todd Bowley has in stock, man.
Hmm.
So
Because
if
Steve told me
anybody that
Todd,
wants to
Todd
leave,
said
well, good
I
luck to
think
them.
Todd told the fans.
But
He said Steve said Todd told the fans that he said I'm here to win. That's what he told Chelsea and the fans and also the Chelsea staff. I'm here to win. I'm not here to mess up. I'm here to win. So let's talk about this final guy here.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it, man. It's
It
easier
too.
said.
Than done.
It's easier said than
Yeah, I'll
done.
see. They have to
But
show us
I'll
ambition
believe
first.
him
That
anyway because
they have to
if
show
you
us
don't bet
ambition that
for
they are
them,
willing to go. So hold on. I want to show somebody because I
yeah.
think
If they say
it's been
that,
on social media a lot. And
because
stop, SSB, stop. Lukaku to Newcastle, stop now. Abdul, this man here, SSB, stop.
uh,
This man here,
I think SSB is Lukaku's new agent.
SSB. I think if you are Lukaku, just give him a good advice. Give him a good advice. I think he'll be able to take good advice from you.
I think
So
it's Lukaku's new agent, man.
yeah, maybe it might be possible though. Abdul, the host, the host.
Yeah, yeah. This
Dembele,
guy
because Steve,
needs to
Steve told me that
everybody.
he already spoken to Thomas Tuchel already that PSG offered him a contract. Even Barcelona gave him a contract, he rejected it. So that he's willing to go to Chelsea. It might be Thomas Tuchel for a signing though.
You see, the thing is, I don't believe signing anymore until I see them on
Until yes, that's my
present
thing.
or
But it's just because you just
until
rumor,
I
I
see
just want us to
on
talk about it.
until I see it being announced.
Yep.
But if this guy
Oh,
comes
I
to,
see.
if this guy comes
A
to,
deal has been agreed between Chelsea and now we can cook and talk.
exactly, exactly, because you don't know, like these people might just be clever with their negotiation,
Yep.
you know. So if I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to get my hopes too high until I see him
Until you see
sign.
it, then you'll be able to be
So
like
if this
their
guy
father.
signs
Let's
for
go,
Chelsea,
let's
man,
go. So, but Abdul,
yeah,
Ousmane
if this guy
Dembele.
signs for
Because now, if you
Chelsea,
bring in Dembele now, that is why I'm saying Lukaku has to stay. Because if I bring in this guy here, Lukaku will be able to score the goals we required him to score because of this guy here.
Lukaku has to what?
Because that's why I wanted Lukaku to stay. Because if you are bringing in Dembele, then you have a goal scorer in Lukaku in which Dembele can create and Lukaku can score the goals.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because we are talking about
But
movement and
the
everything.
thing is,
Dembele can create the game,
if
can just
Dembele,
create and just let the ball to Lukaku. He will finish it up.
yeah, I mean, if Dembele signs for Chelsea, then boy, he's gonna cook, man. Trust me, man. He's gonna destroy defense.
But the fear of the Chelsea fans
But
is
the thing is,
injury.
the
That's the fear. But for me, in the last 6 months,
no, I'm not,
ever since he got
I'm not.
married, it's been it's been on a consistent level where he's been performing very highly.
Well, I mean, you know, some of those things are just over highlighted because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
He's not getting any injury. That his injury record is not different from what some players used to get like 20 years ago, 15 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. But with social media, there's a bit of highlighting more of things about players. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really scared about the injury. But the thing is, but you know what my fear is? My
Mm-hmm.
fear is maybe what Chelsea has been doing for the past like 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
where if we sign Dembele now and then we'll just like treat him the way we treat Eden Hazard, and we wouldn't sign like top players for like 2 3 years, and then just
Ah,
expect him
okay.
to
To
carry
be
us on
oh
his
yeah,
back,
I get you.
to be too much burden for him. You know what I
I
mean?
got you. Me, I
Because
get you. I
if
got you.
if we had signed other top players when we had Eden Hazard, we
Mm-hmm.
would have dominated, you know, Europe a bit more,
Yeah.
and dominated the league a bit more. But at certain point, it just looked like we just relied on Eden Hazard. Everything was just had to go
Anything like
through
that.
him.
Mm-hmm.
If we're losing a game, if we need a goal, even if he's on the bench, then we have to bring in him for something to happen. We just over rely too much on him at certain
Mm-hmm.
point.
Yeah.
I think that's why he maybe got like tired and wanted to go to Madrid. So I think,
Yeah.
if we send somebody like Ousmane Dembele and we put him on the right, then we have to sign somebody who is either equal to him in talent or
I'm
better
not.
than him in
Abdul, I'm not
talent to
sure
put
yet,
him
but I'm hearing
on
we
the
might go for
right.
Serge Gnabry. So we're probably gonna sell either we're gonna sell Pulisic and I think Timo Werner, but we are going for Serge Gnabry because Steve told me that if Dembele is wrapped up, I easily go for maybe Serge Gnabry or Leroy Sané because Sané wants to leave Bayern Munich. He wants to go. So
You see, Sane is more eight for me because you put Sane on the left and you put this guy on the right. That's
hmm
fire, man.
hmm
That's fire, man. So I don't know about Gnabry, but I think Gnabry should just remain at Bayern, except Bayern wants to get rid of him because
Bayern
if
wants to
he
sell
goes
him
to any other
because
team,
no
they'll
Bayern wants to
take
sell him
him.
because the contract they are giving him a contract, but is rejecting it because he wants higher pay rate. He only has 1 year on his contract left, so he wants to go. He wants to go.
Maybe he's a bit. I don't know. Maybe he's not. As some of them will say now, maybe he's not getting the right advice because I don't think that guy would deliver football wise if it's in any other team apart from Bayern.
Bayern. You mean
He's not
Serge
going to be
Gnabry? Okay.
delivering and playing at that level. Serge Gnabry, yeah, I think he has to. He's one of those players where he has to have good players around him
Yeah.
for him to be good.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I
the
agree.
kind of players where you have expectations like, oh, what is he going to do this afternoon? What's he going to do in the next game? How he's going to change the game,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. He has to play around other good players, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but
I agree, but
I don't think.
I'm hoping and
I think
I just want this guy to get wrapped up. This man here, just to get wrapped up. So I can dream. Abdul, I want to dream. I have a dream. Let me dream. As a Chelsea fan, I have suffered a lot. Suffered with Timo Werner,
yeah,
Pulisic,
yeah.
and Marcus Mugabe. I don't want to suffer again. I want to enjoy football, and I want to enjoy dribbling. I want to enjoy flair. I want to enjoy so much football, man. I want to just sit down and be like, I'm enjoying my football, man. Happiness. I just want to come to this stream and just be happy.
Let,
I don't want
let me
to
see.
rant
Which
anymore.
which
I'm
which
tired.
other which other wingers?
Okay, I'm
Which other
hearing
wingers
Leroy
are out
Sané.
there
I'm hearing
apart from
Serge
Dembele?
Gnabry, and I'm hearing Christopher Nkunku.
No, we don't want. Oh, I see. That's another player, man. That's another player.
Because if you wrapped up, if you can wrap up Dembele, then work on the defense and the midfield. Because our midfield, I'm hearing the Chelsea reporter saying we're gonna go for Bissouma because Bissouma, we're gonna go for Bissouma when Brighton available. So because I think they say Tuchel wants to we want
Okay,
to
for the
switch to a
midfield,
back four,
yeah, yeah,
maybe. Say what?
yeah. For the midfield, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Bissouma. Then, if you can go for Bissouma, that's okay with me. I'm fine with that. Then buy Dembele. And hey, Abdul, I don't know if it is true. It's been circulating on social media a lot. Paris Saint-Germain wants to send Neymar Jr. I want Neymar, but
I
the
don't think
wages,
this.
Abdul,
I
I'm
don't think
very
this.
worried with the wages. I'm worried with the wages.
No, I think he's finished. I think Neymar at 30 is finished. It's
Wow.
not the Neymar you know anymore. I don't
But do
think
you
so.
think? Do you think
Yeah, I don't think
because
so.
it's PSG,
Yeah,
the environment in PSG and everything?
Abdullah, Abdullah, Neymar hasn't scored 20 goals over the past 3 seasons,
Yeah, he's been injured for the
right?
past 3 seasons. He's been injured.
So, well,
Abdul, I will take Neymar
okay.
in my club right now,
So,
please. I will take
so
Neymar.
he's been injured and he's 30 years old and he
Mm-hmm.
wants big wages. He
Yeah.
probably wants a private jet and a yacht and 50 models. And no, 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 no.
Uh, is at this
Ah,
moment
come
it's
on.
tough to
Let's go
find
sign. Let's go.
a good winger. That's
Let's
why
go
I'm
sign
happy that
Sane.
yeah, Abdul. That's why I'm happy that Tuchel has already
No,
spoken to Dembele. That makes me because Barcelona even came out and said they offered Dembele a contract, but because he has a contract outsider, and they said the outsider is an English team in which they don't want to name the name here because of the takeover as incomplete. So I already knew when they said an English team because they said he's been speaking to an English team that they already offered him a contract is on the table, but he rejected the contract because he's already having a competition with an English team. So he wants to move in the summer.
but you know one thing.
Hmm.
He said they said his attitude has changed since he got
Yeah,
married,
yeah. Since he got
right?
married, yeah, it's been a
And
better since he got
they said
married.
he
Abdul,
doesn't want to
since
go
he got
back.
married, it's been matured.
Yeah, yeah, and they said he doesn't want to go back to Paris, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
maybe he's taking a conscious decision to to stay away from all the distraction. So maybe he doesn't want to live in Paris. So he
but
wants to
Abdul,
live
his wife is
outside
in Paris.
Paris.
His wife is living in Paris. His wife is a model in Paris.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't want to live in Paris anymore.
Mm.
Maybe she doesn't like the social pressure
Hmm.
because the wife is French, isn't it?
Yeah, the wife is French. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, so maybe she doesn't want the social pressure again. They just want to live somewhere quietly and to have a quiet life and
And
enjoy
enjoys
playing
life.
his football and enjoy his life. Maybe that's what they want now,
Hmm.
you know.
I want.
Maybe she wants to experience a different country, a different culture, and they
Mhm.
think London is a
And
good
I
option
think
for them.
Tuchel is a
You
factor
never
here.
know.
Abdul Tuchel is a factor because he played with Dembele before in Dortmund. You remember? So I think he's a factor here in terms of going forward. He's a factor because he's played with him
You can't
before.
rule that out because maybe yeah, you can't rule that out because
Because
maybe he had a
Steven
good
told me that
relationship
he's been
with Tuchel
Steven he
when
told
he was
because Abdul Steven told me that he's been speaking to Tuchel a lot in terms of Tuchel trying to convince him to come to Chelsea. So that because Barcelona are angry with Dembele because they believe he's been fine-tuned by Chelsea's hierarchy that in terms of bringing Dembele in. So they say because he's been having a lot of conversation with Thomas Tuchel, his role in the team, his first team and everything. So it's because Steve told me yesterday that Tuchel really, really wants Dembele, and the board already said okay. Thought they already said we'll go for Dembele. Once the takeover is finished, we're gonna get Dembele. We'll go for Dembele. So they are trying to convince him that they want him by all cost because that's what Stevie told me.
well, I want Dembele at all cost. You know, I wouldn't mind having Dembele at all cost
Ah, Abdul,
because they
imagine
have
having
like
Dembele
four
Abdul,
wingers.
just imagine having Dembele in Premier League. Ha, Abdul, Dembele. Hey, I will enjoy football like oh
So
my days.
and we we have like four wingers who are not productive. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and somebody we are close to signing Dembele. Of course, I want Dembele.
Mm-hmm.
Dembele is equal and better than all the wingers we have.
Yep.
You know, so we just give one wing to Dembele, and the other four or five wingers can be fighting for the other wing,
For the that one,
for the
yeah.
other position, the
Mm-hmm.
other
Okay,
wingers.
Abdul,
So
let
let's
me
like
put it
fight
this way
among
for you.
ourselves, man.
Let me put it this. Do you think Dembele should Lukaku should stay, or we should work with Kai Havertz and Dembele together because of his movement and everything? What do you think?
Yeah, but the thing is, why I don't understand all this business of pattern of play and how Tuchel wants him to play and all this stuff. He really played well in that that first game we played against Arsenal.
Yeah, he
He really
did.
played
Mm-hmm.
well in that
I
game.
think after the interview, Lukaku has come down. After the interview, it's been just
That's
summer.
the problem. That's what I don't understand. So it's not like really the tactics. After the interview, he's everything just changed.
So you don't think it's
Before the
about Tuchel
interview,
tactics?
he
You think it's
was
about them
even
Lukaku himself?
I think it's about the mindset of Lukaku. Man.
Hmm.
Remember, even before, after he had granted the interview, but before the interview came out, he played a game for Chelsea, and he
Yeah,
came from the
Brighton is
bench,
scored. Aston Villa
and he
Brighton
still
is
even
scored.
played well. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly, he even played well in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And he had already done the interview then, but we Chelsea fans were not aware of the interview. But as
Mm-hmm.
soon as the rest of the world was aware of the interview, I don't know, man. It just looked like the guy doesn't want to be here anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Maybe people's attitudes change towards him at the club. We don't know. But I think,
Mm-hmm.
as you said, I think if if Lukaku was settled and you have like a Dembele playing from the wings,
Yeah.
Lukaku will perform.
Yeah.
Well, he will score goals. You know,
Because you
he will
don't need
score
him to press
goals
too much.
because
You don't look
Dembele
like
is the
Lukaku.
kind
You
of
don't need him
players like
to press too much. Because if you're gonna have
exactly.
Lukaku, you don't need him to press too much.
And
Luka,
Dembele is one of those players that
Mhm. Continue.
that's true. You don't need him to press too much. And
Mm-hmm.
Dembele is the kind of players where he can do everything. If he creates a chance, he doesn't have to score. He can create a chance for. He knows how to do everything. He can create a chance for other players. He
Other
can create
players.
a
Mm-hmm.
chance to score by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So Lukaku will score goals with Dembele.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but I
Yeah.
don't know, man.
But do you think if Lukaku play with Kai Havertz as a number 9, then that would be much much better because of the movement and everything?
Yeah, but see, that would be more potent if we play with the Liverpool way, where they
Mm-hmm.
just play with three center forward,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't tell our wingers just to hog the touchline, where they
Dembele
just
can
play
do that.
center
He can
forward.
not, he can do that. He can do
Yeah,
that. Dembele can
yeah,
do that.
yeah. So that would be more deadly because Kai Havertz has movement as well.
Yeah.
So if you add him plus Dembele. Well, to be honest, I don't want to start dreaming too much about Dembele, man, because if I dream too much about him and we don't get him,
You're gonna be
it
angry.
will be too painful for me, man.
Abdul,
Be
me
too
too.
angry.
I'm gonna be so angry and so mad if you don't get this guy. I'm gonna be so angry and so mad. But Steve is very reliable. I kind of trust Steve when it kind of says something about transfer. So I trust his word when he talks about
Yeah,
this. So I'm gonna just
I'm kind of having that feeling.
mhm.
I'm kind of having that feeling as well that he might not go to PSG. That's what I'm
Hmm.
thinking. He might not remain at Barca, and he might not go to PSG. That's my that's my thinking. But the thing
Oh,
is,
people are saying
we
what is
have
Dembele's strength and weakness.
Dembele on one side.
So maybe we should talk about it a little bit. What is his strength and weakness? I think his strength is more. I think his strength is quick, is fast, is
Look,
spacey. It can dribble you one v one. It's very ambidextrous. It can use his 2 foot, and Dembele can create. If you are looking for a creator, you have Dembele. Set piece, Dembele. Everything about him is good. But I think his weakness might be the physicality and the intensity of the Premier League. And I also think that could be a good factor for him in terms of coming to the Premier League too, because Premier League is a fast league, and you bring in Dembele into the fast league, he will perform because I think a little bit of his weakness might be maybe understanding the league a little bit in terms of adaptation. Maybe that's what I can say in terms of weak. I don't think it's about his attitude because he's been improving a lot about his attitude and he's playing very very well. He's playing very very well. As long as he knows his role, he
I
will
mean
play very well.
to say what are Dembele's strength and weakness is like
Mm-hmm.
saying what are Mbappe's strength and weakness. There's no
Hmm.
weakness there. The only weakness there is like he's going to be getting fouled. by the
Yep.
opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only weakness. The weakness will act as a disadvantage to the opponents.
Yeah.
So when they foul him, then we have to our play is interrupted. You know, so the
And
more
I
he gets
think
the ball,
Abdul,
the
I
more
also think
interruption.
if Dembele, see, if there's a better environment for him to thrive on, I think we will see the best out of him we have not seen from Dembele. You don't understand me? Better environment, better mood, better mindset, better everything. I think we might see the best of Dembele though. You don't think so?
Yeah, you're correct. He
Better
he
mood,
he
better,
strikes me like one of those players.
yeah, better environment, better everything. Because Laporte, the
And you
president
know,
of Barcelona came out and said, "I think Dembele is better than Kylian Mbappe," and people were almost like, "Are you crazy?" And he said, "Yes, that he's gonna stand by his word for the rest of his life. That Dembele is a much better player than Kylian Mbappe. That he has everything to outclass and outshine Kylian Mbappe." And I was like, "Ha, that's a big word. Mbappe is." Mbappe is Mbappe is there, oh, but Dembele needs to be there
yeah,
too.
but the
But
thing is, but the thing is, but the thing is, you can never ignore what they call football luck.
mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? So football luck will always be. It's some players don't have it, and
mm-hmm,
sometimes um it doesn't allow a player to fulfill their potential.
yeah,
So what do I mean? I mean like when Portugal had
mm-hmm,
Quaresma was better than Cristiano Ronaldo,
mm-hmm,
but he never accomplished as much as Ronaldo. You know,
mm-hmm,
so Figo as a footballer is better than Ronaldo,
yeah,
but Ronaldo has accomplished more than Figo. I don't think
mm-hmm,
Figo ever scored 40 goals a season.
yeah,
Ronaldo has, but talent-wise, Figo was better than Ronaldo.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So sometimes, luck comes into play. Imagine if Lionel Messi was a Premier League player, maybe in the year 2000.
mm-hmm,
He probably would have been a left winger,
yeah,
not an inverted winger from the right.
yeah,
So, these things happen. So that's why you just hope for the best for some of these players. You know, if Thierry Henry didn't come to Arsenal, would it have
yeah,
been the player he became?
mm-hmm,
Nobody knows. He was on the bench at Juve,
yeah,
so nobody knows really. So these things they happen in football.
hmm,
So talent wise, he might be better than Dembele. Ability wise, he might be better than Dembele.
mm-hmm,
You know, but he's not accomplished as much as Dembele. Sorry, as much as Mbappe.
yeah, mm-hmm,
You know, but but that's a fact really, because when Dembele was playing in Rennes, I used to think I never even heard of. I don't think I heard of Mbappe then.
Mbappe, yeah. Mbappe came into the four when he was in Monaco though. When he was in Monaco, that was when we started knowing Kylian Mbappe and Co and everything. So I think
The only time I knew Mbappe was like when PSG bought him and then loaned him back.
no, he was in Monaco first. He won the
Loaned him
league in
back to
Monaco.
Monaco.
Yeah. He won the league. It was with
Yeah, then PSG bought him and
Fabinho.
then loaned
It
him
was
back
with
to
Fabinho,
Monaco. Did they
Bernardo
loan him back
Silva
to
and
Monaco?
co.
Yeah, so I just thought, okay, he's okay. He plays like Henry.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he was that overtly special then, But boy, the first time I watched Dembele in Rennes, I knew this kid was special, man.
Abdul, I want to dream, but I'm being patient. I want to dream, but I'm being patient. I'm
Imagine
being
having
patient.
Dembele Imagine having Dembele on one wing and having Sane, Leroy Sane on the other
On another
side, on
wing.
the other wing. Oh my God.
And I would love Kai Havertz to be the
Side
striker, not
on the other
Lukaku. Kai Havertz to be the
wing,
striker.
and have Kai Havertz to be the striker. That would be one hell of a dynamic three, man.
Where do you play Mason Mount?
That would be one hell of a dynamic three.
Where do you play Mason Mount?
Put him in midfield, man. Just put him in midfield and ask him to be running around like he does.
Wow.
But as you've said, I don't want to over dream. I want to dream, but I don't want to over dream.
Not too much. We have to just chill and wait and see what Tad B is gonna do. We're gonna see what Tad B is gonna do. We have to wait for Tad B to dream or not. But please, God, I want Ousmane Dembele. Please, God, I want this favor from you, God. I want Dembele. Please, I want Ousmane Dembele, please. That's how highly I rate this guy, man.
Yeah.
That's how highly I rate him. I hope he pounds it. The blacklist figure is injury prone. Bernard, respect my black border. Respect my black border. Don't let me fight you. Respect my black border. Respect Dembele. Respect my black border, man. Respect my black border. Oh, let's see, though. Let's see. Let's round up. So people in the chat, I'm waiting. Well, I'm waiting for the official news for tomorrow, possibly tonight towards tomorrow, for the official takeover complete. If that is complete, guys, we might go live tomorrow. We'll be able to go live tomorrow because, guys, we'll be talking about the takeovers and potential transfer. So if the takeover is complete, hopefully tomorrow and everything pans out, we'll be able to go live tomorrow and be able to talk. So, guys, like the video, subscribe, like the video, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. If you have a wife, girlfriend, everybody, share the link to them, share everything to them, let them listen to, guys. Guys, this is best analysis in football. We're trying to give you our best. We give you everything you want in terms of analyzing and everything, guys. We also appreciate you guys too for turning in, people in the chat, SSB Bernard, everybody. So, guys, I appreciate you guys, and guys, thank you very much. Have a blissful weekend, guys. Don't drink too much. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday, guys. Stay safe. God bless and peace, guys. Peace.
Okay, big up, guys.